Trobe University, starting with number 7, Daniel Tanisic. Number 8, Nick Day. Number 9, Zach Pazina. Number 11, Sam Holland. Number 12, Sam Prescott. Number 13, Matt Desney. Number 14, William Moy. Number 15, Lachlan Vanderboom. Number 16, Ethan DeBoy. And number 17, Ethan Wellington. Their coach, Randy Shanker. Best of luck to both teams. 5 minutes here to tip-off. Go National Anthem.
Welcome everybody to wherever you are tuning in from across Australia. It's time for round 2 of the University Basketball League season, and we've got a stacked double-header to bring you here today at Latrobe Sports Stadium. It's the Latrobe Eagles taking on the University of Adelaide, with the men tipping off in a few short minutes, followed by the women at 1:30 p.m. It was a bit of a weird start for the reigning champions in Latrobe, winning their first game in the season opener last week against UTAS 69-64 in a low-scoring affair. While for the University of Adelaide, they sit 1-1 on the season, losing to the University of Newcastle last Tuesday, but bouncing back for an 8-point win against Sunshine Coast a day later. We're expecting a fast and action-packed game with Adelaide loving to shoot the three ball, shooting 49 threes last game, while for Latrobe they'll look to build after their gutsy low-scoring win last week. My name is Jordan Mullen. Looking forward to bringing you all the action here in the men's game for the next couple of hours, and beside me in the commentary box is a man I've called with several times in other sports, but not in the basketball domain, so looking forward to that. That is Harvey Constable. Harvey, it was a bit of a weird start for Latrobe last week, but with them being the reigning champions, they really do have a target on their back.
Yeah, well, when you win, you become the hunted, so yeah, you do, as you say, put a bit of a target on your back. Teams try and figure out your game style and how to beat the game style, so yeah, I think they'll be pretty confident. The team largely the same as last year as well, which helps for continuity and just their skill level, really, because they obviously are the best team, or at least they were last season. So looking forward to what they've got for us today against the Uni of Adelaide.
Absolutely, and was able to chat with the University of Adelaide head coach in Scott Freer, and I asked about those 49 three-pointers they took, and look, he said, we certainly want to shoot threes. It's a strength of ours, but we've got to shoot them at the right time. And look, if they can put up 49 threes again today, that'll be good to call, but they've got to make it. That's it at the end of the day. If it's a good shot, they'll take it, but, they clearly would have been scouted by Latrobe, and the message from Randy, a little bit sarcastic, but it was eat your vegetables and pray they miss was the message to the team.
Yeah, that's well done from the coach, I reckon. Just keep it lighthearted and just leave things up, not entirely to chance, but enough so that you can... Yeah, you give yourselves a shot, but as you say, Adelaide not afraid to shoot the ball from outside. At 8 of 36 in their first game, and then 16 of 49 just from downtown in the second game. So obviously 1-1, they'll look to just employ the same game style, I think. But yeah, within reason, as you say, you've got to take good quality shots, a bit more over quantity, of course.
Certainly the case. Well, they haven't got their full team here today at the University of Adelaide. Yul Garang, who's playing in the NBL 1 Central Grand Final on Saturday, so best of luck to him. But on their full roster, they have 7 NBL 1 players, so there's a few of them here today. We'll do a final count in a moment, but it's just good to see that there's a talent there coming over from Adelaide. Yeah,
it's great pedigree to have in your side when you've got, guys who are not only capable at this level, and this is a great standard. If you're just watching the UBL for the first time, just prepare yourself, because you don't necessarily know exactly what to expect, I suppose, but expect it to be a really strong level, and 7 guys at NBL 1, that's going to translate into, you'd think, a pretty strong side, particularly at least on paper. We'll see what they've got for us. So.
Absolutely. We're just waiting for a slight delay here. Need to just check what it is. Maybe it's the clock need to be put together, or someone added to the team sheet. And if you are at Latrobe, make sure you come down. I said I was having a chat to Scott Freer. He was impressed at how amazing this facility is. So just got to change the ball, actually get the correct ball. So, as you said, expect the unexpected, even with the pre-game stuff he has.
I think they might add almost a size 6, I reckon I heard someone say, which is bizarre. I'm not sure how you can muddle up the size of the ball, but oh well.
Well, it was a low-scoring affair last time. Maybe they did use a size 6 ball. They got up by as much as 16 that last quarter, did Latrobe, but they got it back to 4, and they're probably lucky to win with Utah's shooting 10 of 29 from the free throw line. So hopefully there's better shooting here today, as we've just got a real extended delay. But eventually I believe we are good to go. Referees for today, Jet, Jaden and Amy. Get us underway here. First leg of doubleheader action. And Latrobe will have first possession here. Live here on UniSport TV. It'll be Wellington to deploy in the corner. Good shot to start. Tresice, he was huge in the early going last week and started well there with a good O-board us.
Yeah, 9 rebounds last week, and offensively it's really important to crash a glass.
Exactly right. It gives you those second chance opportunities, and Sam Holland there opens the account for Latrobe. So 2-zip here in the early going. So first possession here for Adelaide. Bit of a nothing pass and turned over, and they're going to want to play quick here. Tresice, he couldn't quite have the handle. Back out to deploy, just missed one from the corner. That one just short as well. Another O-board. Good job there from Debney. Back out to Tresice. Can he fire it from long range? Just short, just long that time rather. So good looks to start though. All been open, Harvey.
Yeah, and playing sort of Adelaide's game against them, I suppose. Latrobe not a stranger to the 3 ball as well, and 5 of 25 from their last down counter.
Well, there we go. Talking about the way Adelaide play. That's the way they play. They're on the board. Bailey Nathan from downtown opens his account. So they're going to fire if you're open. So they've got to have a hand here all day, you'd reckon, the Eagles. Just make it as hard as possible. So 90 seconds gone here, first quarter. Adelaide lead 3-2. Here's Holland. Lovely step through there. Good offensive possession from him. And he's got 4. So here's Adelaide looking to go quick. Baseline ball deflected, goes out of bounds. We'll stay with Adelaide.
Lively start, both teams, but yeah, as you said, Geordie, right from the top, you want to get those good looks, and Latrobe certainly had a couple, and that was really good from Sam Holland. Just nice bit of patience, shot clock winding down, got the isolation, finished beautifully.
Certainly did. So 9 on the shot clock now. Mid-range J from the man who just hit one before but couldn't get it to go that time was Nathan. So 4-3 here. Deploy. He's had a few shots early. Looks to attack. Kick out to Precise. Right in front of us here in the commentary box. Goes with a little mid-range runner. Couldn't get that one to go. Holland again. Another row board. They're starting to add up. Got to get some reward for them though. Another one to Precise. Finally, it's just a way of numbers exercise. They get one to go. Not a stat that's Coach Scott Free would want to see early. It's probably about 6 offensive rebounds so far.
Yeah, a couple of tips. Bit unlucky not to drop, but it's just sheer persistence from the home team. And Debney and Precise, yeah, really setting the tone for Latrobe.
That's a good response though. Very open in the key. Isaac Campbell that was. So sort of a Horns action run there, and because they're so worried about the three-pointed shot, there's no help on the split line away from the shooters in the corner. So that might be a set they really try and execute well here today. Here's Precise. He's been active early. Ball gets kicked. 6 on the shot clock. Drive from Debney. Plenty of contact. He'll go to the line for 2. And we saw last game how important the free throws are. As I said a few moments ago, Utah's shooting 10 of 29 from the free throw line, which is the worst percentage I've ever seen in a professional game of basketball. So we can see how important these free throws are, especially here in the first few minutes.
Yeah. 16 of 21 for Latrobe, so pretty good for the home side in their last outing.
Gets the first one to go.
It was critical for them in their premiership last year. Matt Debney, again, got the scoring ability, he's got the defensive ability with his height, used his length really well, and he's got that rebounding ability as we've seen on display as well, and he's comfortably the tallest player out there. Adelaide don't really have someone to go with him offensively on the glass at the moment.
Well, they'll be looking to play through him. So 8-5 here, 3 minutes gone, Latrobe lead. And we've just talked about Debney before, he nearly got that steal. They're not out of danger yet, but good poise shown. Drive there, little shuffle of the feet, plenty of contact. Ball sort of ping-ponging around under the ring. Shot clock reset. 10 on the shot clock here. Good defensive pressure there. Forces a really tough runner. Hits the top of the backboard. Good scrap for the rebound here. Ball close to the line. Will stay with Adelaide. 1 on the shot clock. So no shot clock reset. So they've got to get a shot up here nice and quick. You need awareness. So it's a catch and shoot. And just not aware of the situation there. Almost no one from Adelaide there was aware. Usually your bench would be yelling something out, or the assistant coaches. There was nothing there, halves.
No, that was kind of strange. No time for a dribble, clearly in that situation, but just a lack of awareness from Crosby.
So, back underway here. So if you have just joined us, we played 4 minutes. It's now 10-5 after another great backdoor cut that time. Sam Holland, he's had a good start for Latrobe. So their offensive movement they've got to be happy with here in this first quarter. Nice backdoor cut. Geez, that's a lovely pass there. Put that one on your highlight reel. Great pass from Angus Crosby. And finished off in the end.
Makes up for that last possession with the lack of awareness. It was quite the opposite.
So here's Deploy. Tries to kick it to the far side. Precise, 7 on the shot clock. You can hear the Latrobe bench calling out. Skip cast. More in front of us from downtown. Can't get that one. Another O board from Debney. His second and third chance opportunities, even though we've played under 5 minutes, are really starting to add up. Holland has been really active early. Sort of little fade away there. Almost got the roll. That should be Adelaide's ball, and will be. Just
a lack of boxing out, really. It's such a critical, fundamental thing in basketball, and almost every time Debney's gone up for an offensive rebound, there's just been nobody that's made contact with him, obviously all within the rules, but he's just got a free run and jump at offensive rebounds.
Well, 10-7 here, nearly halfway through the first quarter on Unisport TV, first leg of a doubleheader action. If you are at Latrobe, come on down. A great game of basketball you'll see here. Great spin inside. That's a hell of a finish right there. Isaac Hampel, if you don't mind, the spin and the M1 with a chance to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, he's certainly comfortably been the best so far for Adelaide Uni. Just inspiring them on the inside. And then he gets rewarded with a little bit of contact, able to finish through it, and just keeps his composure.
So a chance to complete the three-point play from the line as Moy will sit for Latrobe. And Van der Vorm, who didn't play was not on the team sheet, shall I say, last week against UTAS, sees his first minutes of the season. So here's Holland. Been really good thus far. He's got 6 points. Here's Tresice, just uses his strength there, and another O-board, and that man Debney again, got a feeling he's going to play a big role. He's got 4 rebounds already. Adelaide now looking to respond. I'll be happy with the looks they've got. Skip past there. Tresice got a tip on it, but we'll stay with Adelaide.
They're flirting with danger, Adelaide, with some of their passes to Latrobe. That's about 3 or 4 tips they got. They haven't been able to turn them into steals yet, but it's just sort of something to come, and there is a steal.
Well done from Van der Vorm. He's got to do well here to manage the contact, and does.
Right on cue. Bang.
So just a bit more composure shown by Latrobe here in the first few minutes. They lead 14-10. An immediate impact coming off the bench from Van der Vorm. So Adelaide now retreats to the three-point line. That was very close to the out of bounds, but couldn't get that one to go was Nathan. Said you can see why they shot so many threes last time. They had almost a mid-range there, really backed up to the three-point line. Here's Tresice. Goes to Van der Vorm. Good skip past Holland. He's been everywhere, this man. And I was about to say the hot streak continues, but that hit every part of the ring but didn't drop halves.
Yeah, very unlucky there. They've shot the three ball, I'd say, at least quite well. Good finish inside as well coming back. It might have been Thomas Mestrov. But yeah, Latrobe, they're not... All their threes have been open. They've had a couple roll around, been a bit unlucky.
Well, they might have a chance for another one there. Debney decided against it. So 0 of 4 from downtown. Holland, he'll drive. They had the ploy in the corner, wait in the air. Tresice, can they break that three-point drought? They can. Their first three. Great ball movement shown here from Latrobe. And a polar opposite to what we saw here a week ago, where it took nearly 5 minutes for both teams to actually score a field goal. It's much better calling this time around. So inside here, nice spin move, and nearly got the roll. Couldn't quite drop it that time was Mestrov. So we've seen a couple that's hit every part of the ring but failed to drop. Van der Vorm thought about the three, decided to drive out to Holland. All he hasn't done is hit a three so far. Unfortunately, that continues. But really impressive look so far.
Yeah, they're finding the open space, the open man, almost every possession, Latrobe. So Adelaide struggling a little bit offensively, but defensively are where the Warriors are at for mine.
So here we go. Back with about 2.5 left. Kick to the corner three. They love this type of game. That one hasn't dropped. Van der Vorm fighting for the rebound. Just stays in. So good hustle play shown here in the first 7 and a bit minutes. And there's another hustle play. Great second effort that time from Angus Crosby. And it's 17-14. Both teams playing really good standard of basketball. Phil Latrobe getting better shots. They just haven't been able to drop them.
Yep.
Here's Deploy yet to hope in his account. Can he change that? He can with a lovely left-hand finish. So under 2 minutes here. First quarter. They're trying to go quick here, Adelaide. Kick out to the three-point line. Decided against it was Mestrov. Tried to go with the behind the back. Somehow ended up in his lap. Kick out. 10 on the shot clock here, and they can just take a breath. Ball down in the low post. Trying to back down Tresice. He's a tough man to be down in the low post. Kick out three. Boom! Isaac Hampel fires from long range. So I think we're going to expect plenty of those today, Harvey.
Yeah, it's kind of 3 for 3 at the moment, but a couple of these bigger boys getting inside like this for Van der Vorm. Bit of contact or a travel.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hop there as we see a few changes coming in. Bazina for Latrobe. You'll hear his voice in a couple of hours for the women's game. Also learnt last week, maybe I was living under a rock, a very successful TikTok profile as well for Zach Bazina. I've been in class with him for 2 years, had no idea. But anyway, back to the important stuff being the basketball. 70 seconds left here in the first quarter. Been an entertaining quarter. Much better than what we saw last week here at Latrobe Sports Stadium. They drive, comes off a lot of hands, and Holland, who's been everywhere early, he's going to go on the fast break, tries the Euro, plenty of contact, gets that one to go. Not sure if there was a tap there from Van der Vorm. We'll see how the stat sheet calls it. But he's been impactful, whether he got a tip on that or not. Been very impressive, Van der Vorm here.
Yeah, he's controlling the tempo of Latrobe's offense on the last couple of possessions. Good from Nawasani. They're just kind of back and forth, both teams. It's end to end. Scott Freer wants a bit of pressure up on the ball.
So, 40 seconds left here. 21-19. Very entertaining first quarter. Latrobe lead. Vanderform thought about the three. Skip pass to Bazina. He's just been on the court. That one just long. Looked good from our angle. So 2-second difference between the shot clock and game clock here for the University of Adelaide. So they can hold for probably the last possession if they want. Chance to go in either tied or up at quarter time. There we go. There's a rare call in basketball there. It's sort of a 5-second violation while under pressure. So you can't just hold the ball there when you're under direct pressure. So bit of a brain fade there for the University of Adelaide. Gives Latrobe another possession. Holland, he's going to drive. Got to get a shot up here. They're going to get a good one through Vandervorm from downtown on the buzzer. That can't fall. Entertaining first quarter of basketball here at Latrobe Stadium. 21-19, Latrobe lead. Been very impressed with both teams' shot selection. Latrobe's probably had more open shots, but Adelaide's just done a great job being able to knock down those shots when things get really difficult.
Yeah, I think Adelaide would be disappointed with the amount of open shots that Latrobe are hitting, or are getting at least, but they aren't hitting them. They're not being punished at the moment. And offensively, they've been pretty good going back the other way. They haven't relied too much on the three so far, and the majority of their points have come from the inside, which I guess, as you kind of hinted at during the call, is the price you pay when you're Latrobe. You're so focused on a three. You've got to try and guard the inside game sometimes, and Adelaide punished them a couple of times.
Certainly did. Latrobe's 3-point, 1 of 8 they sit at the moment. I feel like every single one of them's been open. Even that one at the end there from Vandervorm.
Yeah, wide open.
They've been really happy with that. They're shooting 50% from the field, but their 2-pointers, 8 of 10. I think that's where they've got to look at and go, all right, keep looking inside, but I don't think you can be too critical of Latrobe's offense there at all in that first quarter. Now, interesting enough, it says they've only got the 6 rebounds. I somehow think that might be incorrect, but they've done a great job with maximising their possessions. And from an Adelaide perspective, they'd just be very happy with they've been able to drop some shots. And only 4 3-pointers attempt there, which is sort of against their grain. As we said in the broadcast, in the pre-match, they had 49 3-pointers attempt last week, 36 the game before. So they love to fire it from downtown. Yeah, well,
10 points in the paint. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good for them. They just sort of hung in, and I mean, to find yourself down just 4 points in what was a pretty good quarter for both teams, and particularly offensively for Latrobe, at least in terms of the looks that they got. I don't think Adelaide would be disappointed to be only down by 4.
No, exactly right. I'm really impressed with Sam Holland there in that first quarter. Could have easily had a serious amount of points. He's got 8 here at the moment. He could have had, I reckon, 15. He passed up some shots. He had some threes that just rimmed out. They're playing the youth championship man in the Big V, Boleyn Jr. Been very impressed with him. We'll see how much of a role he plays. He did play all 10 minutes. He will start on the bench.
3 for Latrobe's, all of Holland, Trezise and Debney, all not resting for a second in that first quarter. Trezise back out there again. Debney the same. It will be Holland, who did work his tail off in that first quarter, up and back down the court. He'll get a break, as you say.
About to get underway here for this second quarter. Just got a slight delay again. I'll have to check it after. I'm pretty sure they actually did grab a size 6 ball to start the game, which would be quite humorous. Second quarter action here, live on UniSport TV for the University Basketball League season. Round 2 action. First leg of a doubleheader. 21-19, Latrobe lead. Saw some highlights there in the first quarter. Hope to see a few more here in the second. First possession with Adelaide. I'll go with a mid-range there. Just stepped off a bit too much. Good bucket there from Mestrov. That's his 4th point, should I say, on the day thus far, and we got a tied ball game.
It was a confident shot.
Certainly was, and Trezise there. Too big, too strong, too good. Wasn't bad defence at all. He's just too big there, Trezise.
Yeah, he can shoot. He's got the outside threat, and he's also got that size, as you mentioned, that makes him a threat inside as well. It's a double-edged sword for Adelaide trying to guard him.
Certainly is. Nice handle shown here. Pretty good defence, though, from Deploy. Want to play a fast game, whether it's fast movement down the court, or that's a tough bucket right there. Angus Crosby looking like Kobe with that type of fadeaway. Good luck blocking that. So Vandervorm, fast start to this second quarter. Kick to Bazina right in front of us. Drives base. Deploy, thought about it, drove inside, lots of contact, will go to the line for 2.
Nice read, just got his man in the air, gets to the rack and had a couple to contend with, and they couldn't keep their hands straight up. But Crosby, after that brain fade that he had to start the game, he's really just bounced back, not knowing what the shot clock read, and he's dropped a dime the next possession, and he's had a couple of shots as well, so his confidence will be up now.
So Deploy at the line, knocked down the first, couldn't make the second. Trying to play a quick brand of basketball as we just have a delay. I believe the shot clock didn't reset. So a couple of interesting delays, but I might have to get a bingo card out at the moment. We've had the wrong ball, we've had shot clock violations, we've had a 5-second call for pressure on the ball.
I've never seen that one before.
We did see UTAS last week defend the inbounder with 2 players and give up an inbound violation, which I have not seen at any level. So there's some strange things can happen here. We've only played 11 minutes, and that's what we've seen. It could be a lot of different things.
That's why you watch the UBL.
Certainly do. Right, back underway. Lovely skip pass there, corner 3. They love to shoot him. Couldn't get that one, was Crosby. Bit of a fight for the ball here. And it will stay with Adelaide. Lovely backdoor cut. They try to find the corner. Good hand from Bazina. Ball ping-ponging around. They do well here, and now they can push here. Through Deploy. Goes to the corner. Tresice. Thought about it, decided against it. Van der Vorm. Tresice again. A little bit hesitant, but when you've got the size, you can just use it inside. Sort of did a bit of a spin cycle. Still made the bucket.
Just a little bit too big for Knowles. He did all right. He's a couple of blocks in the last game too, so he's clearly got a bit of nous defensively, but yeah, he's just no match for Tresice.
So he's up to 9. 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. Nice drive there. Foul. We'll go to the line for 2. That is Thomas Mestrov. So 26-23, Latrobe lead. It's been an entertaining game thus far. As we said in the pre-match broadcast, Latrobe 1-0, beating UTAS last week. Adelaide started their season with 2 games in round 1, losing their first to the University of Newcastle and bouncing back with a win against Sunshine Coast. Misses the first from the line is Mestrov. Only the second trip to the free throw line for the University of Adelaide. That one rims out. Saw last week the importance of making those free throws. It is still early, but it's just something to keep in mind. As Bazina comes off an action screen there from Debney. Nice fade. Good bucket there from Bazina.
Really like that shot, just pulling up, still in the key. It's a jump shot that all these guys would back themselves to hit 10 times out of 10. He could have gone all the way, but nice just stop and prop.
That was a very nice ball movement there as well. Charlie Knowles with that one knocks it down. And on our stat sheet it says there's only been 2 assists apiece. I'm not believing that because the ball movement's been really, really good. Might just have to go on instinct as opposed to numbers. As inside Van der Vorm, almost an attempted lob there but didn't get it off. Now they're running in transition. Lovely inside hand finish that time from Knowles. 28-27 now. There's Bazina from long range. As there'll be a violation there as it hit the framework. So you don't get a lot of love off these rings. They're really hard rings.
Yeah. We've seen several, or more than several shots bounce out. And it's just luck of the draw sometimes. Sometimes it's just not your day, but to be honest, for both teams, it hasn't really been their day with the luck around the rim.
Chance to take the lead here for Adelaide. They have led for 23 seconds of this game, and well, that's a lovely step back move there, just short. And Tresice again, who's just been everywhere. He's played every minute of this game. We'll see when he takes a break. He's going to go all the way. Euro step, kick out to Van der Vorm. Decided shooting it straight away and knocked the one down after the jab step. So good answer there from Latrobe when they needed a bucket halves.
Yeah, he didn't create a lot of space for that jab, but it's just a confident shot and really like to see that. Knocks it down. Been good to start since he came on.
Well, you can see what he was doing there. You don't mind that. Costly, not a costly turnover, but Everett Webb there. It's the right pass. Good backdoor cut from Harry Bruce. It was just out of his reach, but those are the turnovers you don't mind seeing because if that pass was spot on, there was a reverse layup there. Little 1-2 action. Tresice and Van Vorm decided against the mid-range. Deploy corner 3. That one's just off. Bit of a fight for the rebound, but secured there by Webb. Adelaide now. 31-27. They're behind. Lots of contact. Tresice here. Could he potentially get up on the fast break? Just goes with the right-handed layup and gets that one to go. And we will have a timeout for the University of Adelaide. Good little run there from Latrobe when they're under a little bit of pressure. 33-27 they lead. 6-point lead. 5.5 left to go here in this second quarter. They've led for a large majority of this game, and I think their quality of shots, that's why they're shooting at such a good percentage. And it could even be better. They've missed some really open ones, but shooting above 50%, you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, 80%, 12 of 15 from their twos, for their layups or any of their mid-range shots, 2 of 11 from 3. But yeah, for Adelaide, I mean, shooting 57% for themselves, but just 21 shots now, so they've turned the ball over a couple of times. Mentioned in the first quarter, Latrobe got a couple of tips. They just read the passing lanes, and they have turned a couple of those into steals, and they've just punished Adelaide on the fast break. At this level, 9 times out of 10, if you have even a 2-on-2, you're going to back the side that's running downhill on the fast break to score, and Latrobe have done that a couple of times. So I think they'll be really happy with where they're at the moment. But for Adelaide, offensively, they haven't taken that many bad shots. They've only taken a few less, and they're making a lot of their shots as well. They're shooting at a better clip overall than Latrobe are. Just as I said, just a lack of shots compared to their opponent.
Certainly the case. A few changes at that timeout from Coach Scott Freer. Obviously, we've got the women coming out at 1:30 as well. But this first sort of 14 minutes is anything to go by. We're in for a very entertaining and fast-paced game, which is what you want. Whether you're making their shots or not, it's quick, it's fast, it's good to call. It'll be great to watch out there. Looking for a response after the timeout from long range. That's a lovely... I'll say he did it on purpose. Bank 3 that time from Angus Crosby.
That's how they teach you to shoot, sorry.
Love shooting that. And another shot clock reset that needs to happen. I think they're actually a scorer short.
Yeah.
So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The fact that we've got someone at Latrobe with the Latrobe gear on the clock. So, as speak of the devil, there's our extra scorer making her way in. So I'm sure we'll have less mistakes going forward. So I hope she gets paid for that. They're doing her job on the score bench. Not an easy thing to do.
No.
It's a lot of pressure. Again, obviously the ML didn't go out at the start time for all the scorers. But anyway, control the controllables. Back underway here. Out to Moy. Thought about the mid-range, decided against it. Holland was everywhere in that first quarter. Could have had a ridiculous quarter 3 there. Lots of contact. We'll go to the line 4-3. He's just stepped on the court, Nick Day. And he'll go to the line 4-3.
He's really someone to watch, Nick Day. I believe he just recently won their Youth League Basketball Grand Final on Saturday.
Big Kilsyth, yep. Out of Kilsyth. They had a great job where both the men and the women getting the win. So beautiful. Great job for them, and yeah, full of confidence, and we can see it there. Knocks down the first.
Just watching him last year, he just floats through the air, and he seems to be able to manoeuvre himself whilst he's got no control once he's jumped up in the air, and he's just able to find his way to the rim, and he's got a good outside game as well.
Well, it's a pure-looking shot as well. He's knocked the first 2 down. And knocks down the third, all swish. So step onto the court, get fouled straight away, knock down your 3 free throws. Good way to start. So 36-30. The 3 is immediately responded that way in free throws. Under 5 to go here in the second. Done well, the University of Adelaide, to make some tough shots, and that's another one right there. Great finish there from Bruce. The ball is moving quickly, and every time it just feels like Adelaide have a chance to really take the lead back. Latrobe get a couple of buckets, and just when you think they could go out, Adelaide get a few buckets. As Day inside there, plenty of contact. Was waiting for the whistle, didn't get it. Bruce inside, lots of contact there. Tough finish from Harry Bruce. Is they going to try and go quick here? Van der Vorm, he'll fire from long range. Can't get that one to go. 3-point shooting numbers I might get in a moment here, because that one there, probably not their best look, but it feels like they're really struggling to fire from long range. Well, Adelaide, on the other hand, they're not forcing it, it seems, at all. Bruce, he's had a big few minutes. That one there just off. Good rebound from Day. He's been impactful since he's come on the court. And you would be when you're playing with confidence after a grand final win. Outside to Vandervorm. Foul. Go to the line 4-2. And both teams can just take a breath after a real up-and-down minute of basketball.
Yeah, well, Trobe, 2 of 12 from 3 so far in this game, just 16.7%. So that's something that, Randy Shanklin will be looking to have them shore up late in this first half and certainly into the second half, because as we've said a couple of times, they're getting the looks. You just got to, it's a case of knocking them down because they're keeping Adelaide in it.
As Vandervorm is long on the first. So really impressed with a few minutes there from Harry Bruce, NBL 1 central player for the West Adelaide Bearcats, and Bearcats, should I say, not Bearcats. Jeez, that's on your mind. That is. There's a lot of things on my mind. That's from Saturday night, but that's okay. They might be drinking a few Bearcats if they can get the grand final win on Saturday. So big week for Harry Bruce, and he's got the ball here at the moment. Nice skip pass. Can he get an assist after I give him a big pump up? He couldn't. There's now Tresice. He kicks out. Day to Vandervorm. He drives. Kicked out to Tresice. Good defence here this time from Adelaide. 8 on the shot clock. Vandervorm, he'll fire from long range. Can't get that one to go. Much better defence the last few minutes, ever since the timeout, I would say, halves.
Yeah, they're really playing with a bit more energy, but they turn it over in a bad spot.
Speaking of energy, Day, ever since he's been on the court, he's just playing with freedom at the moment. Here's Holland. So, 3-point game, 37-34. Been close all the way throughout. Lovely backdoor cut action there from Tresice. Can't get that one to drop. Lid's been on the ring outside of free throws pretty much the last 3 minutes. Not sure the last time they hit a field goal. Here's Bruce. Long range. Bang! Tie ball game. Harry Bruce playing for the West Adelaide Bearcats. Gets that one to go. A tie game here. Can they get a stop, Adelaide? They have led briefly in this game, but not for any significant time. Tresice foot on the line, long 2. Can't get that one to fall.
Almost all of their misses in this quarter have just been long. They're just overshooting slightly.
Thought about the 3 there, drove and decided against it. Maybe should have taken the 3. Bruce. He is shocked, surprised, amused with the call that it's not going his way, but it will be Latrobe ball. A few changes made. So 2 minutes to go here, 37 apiece. Great game thus far. Latrobe a while, as we've got another stoppage for a clock change. There's been a few of them thus far. All 4 scorers are now actually on the bench as well, so can't give them the benefit of the doubt.
Frustrating for the players as well sometimes, although you can get that extra moments of rest.
Well, it's probably not the worst thing here for Latrobe.
Yeah.
The reason why is the ball got thrown out, no one touched it, the clock started straight away. It's good refereeing to notice that. That's why you see late in basketball games, if a team's looking to save time, they just throw it out and don't touch it. You know, they can get the ball down the court. That's why you see a lot of teams play up full court man late in games, so they can't just waste, you know, that time. So he sort of gives us a bit of a timeout here and a chance for Latrobe to catch their breath and get a good possession in.
Yeah, you'd want to score now from this. You have time to... They're not exactly setting up anything, but they'd have set plays that they know that they're going to run.
So clock being wound down to 2 minutes and 1 second, I believe it's going to be. So taking it sweet time, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. That'll do. All right, last 2 minutes here of the first half. 37 apiece. As you see, correctly not started there, as almost look like they're playing a zone here, 3-2 zone. Good coaching from Scott Freer. They would have thought of a possession during that break. Day long range, bang! Been really impressed with Nick Day so far. It's the only thing when you go to a zone, you can give up 3-pointers. And look, statistically, it hasn't been the worst shot for them to give up. But that one there, just too much space for a man full of confidence. Speaking of confidence, here's Bruce. Couldn't add to his tally there. A good response out of sort of that referee timeout. Nick Day, gee, he's everywhere at the moment. Doesn't matter where it is on the court, defense, offense, loose ball, whatever. He's been really impactful in his 3 minutes on the court thus far. So Bruce now. Long range. There we go. That's exactly what we want to expect out of Adelaide. Hample there. There's a 5-0 run after that stoppage in play for Latrobe, and it just ends there. Day thought about the three. Lots of contact. Will be a foul. Under a minute here in the first half. If you have just joined us, Latrobe's led for a majority of the contest. A large majority, I would say, but haven't led by anything significant. Biggest lead was 6. Precise high post, can't get that one to fall. So they've only led by 6 points, so it's really yo-yoed back and forth from 6 down to 1, back out to 6. So 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it, Adelaide. Bruce is at a big second quarter, drives, Precise on his hip, goes for that right-handed scoop. Can't get that one to fall. Great block inside there from Debney. Loose ball, one on the shot clock. Again, no awareness. Oh, sorry, not no awareness. Limited awareness, I should say, by the Adelaide coaching staff and benches just to not call something out there. I know it is on the other side. They might have been yelling something out, but sometimes with a loose ball, you just get, even if it's just the physio, to look up and shoot the ball, because they did have a chance there to throw something up towards the ring. Just couldn't get that one to go. So it's a couple of shot clock violations. That one there, quite difficult, but could have got a shot up.
Yeah.
But great block inside there from Debney. So last possession here if they want it for the half. Again, just fixing the clock. Tell you what, if you're getting paid here by the hour, you're very happy with the amount of delays we've had here in this first half. We had a size 6 ball they came out with to start instead of a size 7. We've had probably 3 shot clock resets. We've probably had about 3 or 4 clock resets. So just waiting for whatever the next thing's going to be. But it does give an opportunity for them to catch their breath as they want this last possession. 42-40, Latrobe lead. Much better shooting half for Latrobe as they start the clock at 26, which is not what it was at. So there is actually a difference now between the shot clock and game clock. The clock was at 21. So you'd hate for them to get a shot here, Adelaide, because they really weren't able to get one unless Latrobe went early. But 11 on the game clock, 8 on the shot clock. Holland drives, kick out, Day. He's there. He can't get that one to go. He's been everywhere. 3 seconds on the shot clock. That's the difference. Bruce from half court. That one can't go, and it was nearly actually thrown back in from Bailey Nathan. But a great half of basketball here, halves. 42-40, Latrobe lead, led by only as much as 6. They have snatched the lead a few times, Adelaide, but not able to get anything significant on it. But a great half of basketball, and geez, it could be even better. There's been a lot of open shots that both teams have missed, especially from long range.
Yeah, another one again for Latrobe. Nick Day would have been disappointed to miss that one. That's probably the easiest shot he's almost had all day. But yeah, they play pretty well, the home side. But Adelaide, I think they'd be, again, really happy. As I said, they kind of levelled up the scoring in terms of the amount of shots that they had. They're shooting 55% from the field. Latrobe 48.5. So yeah, to be down by 2 points away from home on the road trip, I think it's just, again, it's volume of shots, but they've been impressive. So I think Latrobe, but if they knock down their threes in the second half, I think it's going to be hard for Adelaide. Although who knows, we know Adelaide like to chuck them up too, so they might employ a bit of a different game style. We'll see what happens. Well,
we're going to take a quick break here for half time on UniSport TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 7 minutes or so. 42-40, Latrobe lead. Great half of basketball. Let's hope it continues. Welcome back to Latrobe Sports Stadium for round 2 action of the University Basketball League. And geez, that first half was good fun. And if it's anything to go by, you do not want to miss this second half action here. First leg of a doubleheader. The men obviously tipped off at 11:30. Halftime now, and the women at 1:30. But current score 42-40. Latrobe lead. Very entertaining half of basketball. We've seen some great shooting at times. We've seen some brilliant individual defensive performances as well. We've seen little sparks off the bench from both teams, but lots of highlights thus far, and just hoping it continues, Harvey.
Yeah, it was really high octane. It was just up and back. As we said, off air, didn't see really many bad shots at all that we called out particularly. So, yeah, both teams getting the looks they want, and as we kind of said before the break, that's clearly evident in the shooting percentages. Latrobe 48.5 overall, Adelaide Uni at 55 technically. So yeah, and inside it's 13 of 19 for Latrobe, 12 of 20 for Uni of Adelaide. So yeah, I think more of the same, but the one thing that Adelaide will need to tighten up on, a couple of lazy passes that were read well by Latrobe. They've had 9 turnovers to 2 in that half, so they only had 14 in their last game, Adelaide. So yeah, that's just something that a coach can definitely drill into his team, to just be a little bit more careful with the passes. Yeah,
it's probably the only major thing that is too different between the stats. You mentioned the three-pointers. Last game, they fired it from downtown. 49 threes attempted. Now, on the stats right now, it says they've only shot 11. So, obviously, it's the clear thing that Coach Randy would have identified. Look, they understand that's the way they want to play, but I don't think there's anything forced from them, and it's not like, they're really missing their three-point game. Like, Randy said to me during the week, it's not how many threes they take, it's how many they're making. They're 5 of 11, so it's actually holding true to that statement at the moment. If they can, do the same in the second half, they'll probably shoot a few more, being, third and fourth quarters. But they've got their work cut out for them, and they're not bombing them up there, but they're making them at a really good rate. Yeah,
it's kind of the sacrifices, I guess, you make. Do you want to just chuck them up and just basically... They 16 of 49. It's not terrible, I guess, but it is pretty low percentage. Or do you just play the game of let's shoot less and make more? But yeah, it's kind of a fine line that I don't know how Adelaide are going to approach it. I think what they've been doing has been working. So I'd like to see more of the same. It's just shoring up a bit of your defense and denying a lot more offensive rebounds.
Certainly the case. They'll be very happy with the looks they've got. We're underway here. Second half action here at Latrobe Sports Stadium. Looks like a zone to start off for Adelaide. They did show it a couple of times in the last few minutes of that first half. The only thing is it can open up three-point shots. We saw Day have a really explosive last 4 minutes. Speaking of the devil, here he is. He drives Tresice. Had a good first quarter. Was a bit accurate in the second. That one can't fall. Debney, another row board. Great pass into Tresice. Left-hand layup. Can't get it to go. Good quality look, though. Now, Adelaide will push. Downtown to start the half with a bang. That one well off, but he'll say it was a pass off the backboard. Well done that time from Hampel to finish it off. So here's Holland. His first quarter was really good. Bit quieter in the second. Was off for a majority of it. There's Day. Drives. Nice fadeaway there from Day. Short. Holland offensive rebound. Good looks to start the half, but just haven't been able to drop. They did go a bit cold in the back end of that second quarter. Made a few buckets after a stoppage, but it was basically free throws for them the last 4 minutes is what kept the scoreboard ticking over. Nice runner there. Good defense though from Day. Van der Vorm. They're able to just take a breath and get it down the court. Here is Van der Vorm again. Inside pass to Debney. Just throw it up there and let the tall guy go and get it. Nice shot there. Couldn't get that one to ball. Somehow they have not made a shot there. The ball's coming around. Eventually there will be a foul. Be on the floor. It will be baseline. And the argument will be, what was he doing? Passing to the ring.
That's almost deja vu from the first half. There was that exchange right at the start of the game where Tresice and Debney were both grabbed a couple of offensive rebounds in the same possession. Same thing, ends in a foul, although, yeah, it should have been free throws.
So here's Holland. Shot clock at 10. Have not scored this half yet. Can they change that? Van der Vorm, he drives. Kick out Tresice. Another good shot from him, but can't get it to fall. Holland, another board. The lid is on the ring here in this third quarter. Another 2 points scored thus far, and that's been by Adelaide. Lovely pocket pass there. Went with the right hand, Bruce, instead of the left, and probably cost him in the end. Day. Vandervorm, back to Day. Can someone score finally? No, that doesn't drop. Finally it does. They had to score at some stage. And Debney inside there. Geez, it wasn't pretty there, but
No.
again, great shots. They just could not buy a bucket. And now you have to think Adelaide's got to make them pay for those minutes there where they can't find the bottom of the net. And we talk about finding the bottom of the net. That one can't drop there that time from Hampel. So 2.5 gone here. Only one field goal made by both teams. 2-point lead for Latrobe, 44-42. Debney from outside. That one can't fall. Tresice fight for the rebound. And well done from Debney. Here's the hustle play you love to see. An extra possession. Holland kick out. Vandervorm. This would hurt. Boom! Great hustle play there set up from Debney. And Vandervorm finishes the hard work from downtown.
Yeah, that's the thing that we just mentioned coming into half-time or coming back out of half-time was the offensive rebounding of Latrobe and Adelaide being able to stop it, and they have not stopped it whatsoever. They've actually made it worse.
Just when they make a three, they tried to answer there. Nathan couldn't get that one to fall. 5-point game. I said Latrobe have led for pretty much 95% of proceedings, but they've only led by 6 as their biggest lead. So opportunity here to get it out to a game-high lead. Lovely pocket steal there from Hampel. He'll now push. Here's Bruce, 2-on-1 opportunity. Goes inside, gets Vandervorm in the air. Contact will go to the line for 2. Angus Crosby, probably disappointed he couldn't finish that off into a 3-point play, but a chance for them to actually see the ball go in the net for just the second time this quarter.
Yeah, they're just hanging in, like they're not that far behind, but it's just they're letting themselves down with their defensive rebounding. Just no one getting a body on, and the hops of Debney and Tresice, just they're really not able to contend with it for the minute. But yeah, if he makes both, would make it a 3-point game. And again, you're not going to be disappointed with that, considering the start that Latrobe have had. They've had so many shots so far in this second half that just haven't dropped. Adelaide's still well within reach.
Makes the first and makes the second, making no mistake from the line. It's probably stating the obvious, but a lot of the stats very even. Offensive rebounds and turnovers probably the only 2 real things. 3-point percentage, you can say that, but hasn't hurt them. As here's Holland inside, lots of contact, plenty of contact. We'll get the roll. Samuel Holland answers with a chance for a 3-point play. Did well there just to ride the contact and get that one to fall. Chance for his 11th point now from the line. And drops that one as well. So well done there from Samuel Holland. And he was really impressive in that first quarter. A bit quieter in the second, but he started well here in this second half.
Yeah, leading from the front, skip up. Got the invisible captain's armband on, and he's picked it up again from where he left off at the start of the game.
So 6-point lead, equal game high. Every time they need a bucket, Adelaide, they get one. That one didn't drop there that time from Nawasami. His first minutes thus far. There's Tresice. The bucket here would be very important. Tresice, the 2-handed jam. And that forces a timeout from Scott Freer, coach of Adelaide. You felt it was coming. They've had some really good shots thus far, and Tresice tries to rip the ring down right there.
It was a great cut. He just dropped off the back of his man, and his man didn't really see him, and just didn't see it. And it was a great pass. Vandervorm did see it, and then bang. When you get an opportunity to slam it down, you're not going to turn it down.
Well, they now lead by 8. Game high lead, 52-44. They've just come out a bit more hungry in this second half. A lot of loose balls, offensive rebounds, really good shots as well. I think Adelaide, they really haven't struggled. Well, they really haven't struggled to get shots, but it's just been the quality of their looks, which was the criticism in their first game. You know, they want to get quality looks, which at the end of the day is what they're all about. Scott Freer spoke to him during the week, and he said, our focus has been about how we generate looks and how we get better quality looks. That's pretty much what he'd be saying in this timeout right now is we can shoot shots all day, but we need to get something out of it at the end. So they need a response here. Hate for it to push out to double digits because they are shooting the ball well when they do get the looks. You know, 47% from the field, that's better than Latrobe, but Latrobe shot 8 more field goals. That's the difference in the game for me.
Yeah, 17 points off the bench for Latrobe, just for 6 for Adelaide. So it's the depth of this Latrobe side. It was so pivotal to their success last season. They just have scorers all up and down the court on the bench that are just ready, and they're shot ready when they come on the court.
Well, speaking of shot ready, they need one here. Bruce, hand in his face, hit the side of the backboard. He knew it straight away. Chance to push it out to double digits here. Debney, he'll drive out to Holland, back to Debney. Lovely ball movement. 10-point lead now. That's not the shot they would have wanted out of the timeout there from Bruce. Great three-point shooter, great player, but that's really contested.
Yeah, that's probably the first time we have actually seen a genuinely pretty average shot.
Nawasami. Got it now. He'll end up getting fouled. Would have been a runaway dunk from Day if not called. All right, Nawasami there. Born in Egypt, represented South Australia in the juniors and the under-16s and under-18s, and now finds himself at the University of Adelaide. They need one here. Need to get something going. Bruce inside, kick out. Good shot mid-range, good use of the bank there as well. So that's a much better possession. Hample that one. He's starting to really get on the scoreboard. He's got 17. It's the leading scorer for both teams. Holland inside. We'll be interested to see this decision. Stays with Latrobe, much to the objection of the Adelaide players.
Yeah, that's a couple of possessions where Adelaide, it was one bad shot and then one good one. As you say, good use of the glass, and Hample was the one. 17 points, as you mentioned, Geordie. He's the one that he just needs some people to go with him for them to be in this game.
Day inside. Geez, it looked like there he was about to get really interesting with the finish, but was met at the ring and decided to go with the layup. Geez, he's got a fair bit of a jump on him.
He does, yeah.
So he won the grand final in the Youth League champ men only a few days ago for Kilsyth, and you can see why with that play there. Here's Bruce, 7 on the shot clock. Big jab step, long three. That was almost from Adelaide, but that one couldn't fall. And now they're trying to push Tresice inside. Good hand there. Ends up in Debney's hands, though. Still fighting for it. Debney again will stay with Latrobe. Second efforts from Debney, been really, really impressed thus far.
Yeah, he's such a weapon for this Latrobe side. He's got it defensively, he's got it offensively, and he's got the rebounding ability. He just uses his height. He's not exactly a big frame. He's quite slim, but he just gets his hands up. He's got a bigger wingspan than anyone, and he really puts it to good use. Keeps Latrobe with more opportunities, the second chance opportunities. They haven't converted a lot of second chance points, but they have done more so than Adelaide.
Certainly have. 10-point lead at the moment. Can they expand on it? Vandervorm, good fake. Outside deploy, out of his reach. Day, he'll drive. Crazy James Harden step back. Oh, I don't even know what that was there, but a rare low light on the day for Latrobe. He almost was trying to draw the foul with the way he stuck his leg out there. Good defence from Adelaide. So 10-point lead now, 56-46. Only 6 points this quarter for Adelaide. They've got to change that with 3.5 to go here. Drives base. Good defence from Debney. High arcing shot. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound still in dispute. Well done. His foot was out of bounds there. Ref didn't see it. In trouble. Smart play.
Oh.
And somehow Latrobe ball. I'm not sure about that one there.
It was great hustle. That's just, I was about to...
He threw it straight off him. How can it be Latrobe ball? But anyway, we all make mistakes as Day hits the floor on the far side. Deploy. Tries to go for the pass inside. Vandervorm. I feel like a 3 here would really kill the spirit. Hell of a move from Vandervorm. Couldn't get it to go. Debney almost on the follow. Good hand there that time from Tresice. It's been the defensive pressure this quarter. Day inside. Explosive. Foul will go to the line for 2. Now, they've just got to be careful here, Adelaide. We saw last game here at this stadium, Utahs, they had 2 technical fouls in the 3rd and 4th quarter. They lost by 5. There's your game right there. Yep. And look, I understand the one in front of us, that should have been Adelaide ball. Could not believe that there. That's why there was silence on the commentary box for about 10 seconds. But you just got to be careful there. Don't get sucked in. Control the control is always easier said than done. You just got to focus on your game style. Because at the end of the day, a couple of tech foul free throws either way could be the difference in the margin or how you play the last few minutes. But it is out now to a game-high 12-point lead. Only 6 points scored this quarter. Well, it's been 16 for Latrobe. Can that change? 3 right in front of us, you betcha. Thomas Mestrov able to just keep them in it at the moment. Plays college basketball in the NIIA conference But great to see him here in the UBL. Debney couldn't get that one to fall, so perhaps now a bit of a revival for Adelaide. Good drive inside, no whistle. Very well done there that time from Hampel. He's up to 19. Back to a 7-point ball game. Debney inside, thought about the shot, went to Tresize! You betcha! He's had some highlights thus far. His second jam put him in the spin cycle earlier. But that one there, that's the highlight thus far. Good drive inside. It's back and forth at the moment. It's the Hampel and the Tresize show halves.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's just really back and forth. Adelaide kind of changed a bit of the momentum, but Tresize just squashes it immediately.
Debney inside. Can't get that one to fall. Stays with Latrobe. A couple of dunks there. The second one over a couple of players. But anyone at UniSport TV, if you are putting together a highlight package for this game, make sure you're paying the person to do it quite a bit, because it's going to be a long video thus far. And we've still got a minute and a bit to go here in the third quarter. So if you have just joined us, Latrobe have led for basically 99% of this game. Led by as much as 12 a moment ago. There's been plenty of highlights. Vandervorm, good help defense there from Nawasami. He'll now push. Got the corner 3 option if he wants it. Decides to go all the way for the drive. That one can't go. Ball ping-ponging around. Stays with Adelaide. Back out to Nawasami. Hesitated a little bit. Couldn't get that one to fall. Almost just want him to catch and shoot. Don't hesitate. So 7-point lead. 60-53. Minute and change left here in the third. Tresize, he's had a big few minutes. He's jammed a few on a few guys' heads. That one there, good hand from behind. Surely he's pointed the wrong way there. How is that Latrobe ball?
There was the hand on it, which was the block, but the block didn't project the ball into the side of the backboard and out. So obviously the last touch was off Latrobe.
Did he point the wrong way, or?
No, I think it is Latrobe ball.
That is unbelievable if that is Latrobe. And we are Latrobe students, I might add. That is unbelievable if that's Latrobe ball. I don't like to criticise here on the call, but that is unbelievable. You'd hate to be giving up a bucket here. That's 2 out of bounds that Stevie Wonder could tell you which way it was going. I said they've done well. Those are 2 calls I'd love to have back, but a big opportunity for Latrobe to get something here. We've got to be careful here. We've got to be careful. That's incredibly well done from Nick Day, because the fact is it was a very high, that's a contested shot, and if the ref's going to call it, you'd be silly not to stick the leg out. We've seen a lot in the NBA. They're trying to crack down on that, actually having reviews if you stick your leg out, but especially in Australian basketball, it's one of the smartest things you can do. You see Paddy Mills do it a lot of the time, and we talk about awareness. There's your technical foul. Is it on Nawasami, or
yeah,
is it on, yeah?
So he was the one who committed the foul, reacted immediately, and Hampel went in there. He almost Nawasani went over and tried to talk to the coach. Just, I don't know, sort of asking for an explanation from him. But then he had his teammate Hampel who went in, calmed him down, but obviously not enough. And there you go, as you say, they get away with one, but he's still got 3 extra free throws coming up.
Well, I think the argument, because he was the guy that came over the back and they called the out of bounds off him, and then there was the out of bounds in front of us a few moments ago, so it's just a culmination of a few things that you'd be annoyed with. You know, you should have got the ball there, and then it was a foul, don't get me wrong. It's smart from Nick Day. Now, he's missed the first 2, he's made the third, still got 1 more left, but again, it's just control the controllables, and easier said than done. I might have got a tech for my reaction off that end-line ball, but Nick Day gets that one to go, so makes 2 of the 4 free throws shot in a row. That is, again, not your bingo cards are completely out the window thus far. So minutes ago here, third quarter. Been a great game thus far. Whistle called on Vandervorm. And with what they've let go, Randy's like, come on, coach. Come on, guys. So only the 3rd team foul for Latrobe, so no issue there. So baseline ball here for Adelaide. Need to get the ball in here. Pretty well defended that end-line plate. Jeez, that's a hell of a shot there if he's able to get that one down. It wasn't. Hampel couldn't. Now Day, who really has been explosive. Out to deploy. Goes on his left, inside. Lots of contact there. No whistle. 40 on the game clock here. They can go for a 2 for 1. They've been quick here the last few minutes. But they have been outplayed this quarter. But if they can get this margin back to something that's only a 2-possession game, and that would be quite an achievement. Looks like they're just going for 1 good look. Trying to get a lot of action off of off-ball screen. Just create some space. Contact, and one. Great finish in there from Hampel. That's his 23rd point there. Chance for his 24th. He has been sensational thus far.
It's hardly missed as well. It's 10 of 12 from the field. A couple of threes. He's knocked down both of those attempts. And he's been really just charging from the front. He's found his way inside on a good few occasions in this quarter, keeping his team in it.
Certainly is, and it is back to that two-possession game. 6 points the margin. Hampel, sensational thus far. Speaking of sensational, Tresice, we've seen some highlights. Tresice and Nick Day, for me, have been the two this quarter. So last possession of the quarter if they want it. Tanasic having his first minutes as well in. He's setting this screen for Day. Back to Vandervorm. He steps back for the three. Had deploy in the corner, decided against him. Will be Adelaide's ball. They had deploy there.
Yeah,
he went for the step back three. 2.2. Geez, they allow a very easy pass to the halfway line. That's a pretty good shot. Looked pretty good from where we were at, but wasn't get it to go. Rare miss for Isaac Hampel. Granted, was from the halfway line, but, well, they've found a little revival there in the back end of that quarter. They led by as much as 12, Latrobe. Ever since the technical free throws, actually, that's where the game changed. Maybe a little bit of a fire up, but again, it's just those small moments that you've got to win in these games. But advantage Latrobe, 62-56. They won that quarter, 22-16. So not as much as it could have been.
No, yeah. Game's
still on, but very interesting thus far. And we just got to be aware of those small moments. Technical foul free throws, not what you want to see, even with the frustration.
No, it was 16-6 at one point in terms of the points scored in that quarter, and then all of a sudden it finishes 20-16. So they really flipped the script in the latter stages of that quarter. Did Adelaide Uni, I think, 3 minutes. They must have scored 10 points the last 3 minutes of the quarter, because you did mention that they had only scored 6 and we had 3.5 to go, and it was looking like it was going to get out of reach. But as you say, I think even just a little bit of Nick Day missing the technical free throw, then missing his second one, it could have been 4 extra points. They only get 2 in the end, so it's as much as it was it's annoying that it's a technical foul, and it kind of just puts a little bit of blight on performance. I think they got away with it, and again, they keep themselves in touching distance. They're right in this contest.
They certainly do, and for me, it's really been the Hampel show. 24 points, if you don't mind. Had the 3-point play just a moment ago. They've got to get some attention into him, and he's going to make shots, but there's been a few. Even at the end there, they had 2.2 seconds. You can't be giving up a pass to the halfway line. So probably got lucky that they didn't give up even more. As we said before, they've led by as much as 12. We've had 12 lead changes as well, but Adelaide have only led for 23 seconds. So they really have hung around, but very similar to last game against Utah's. They haven't put them to the sword.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the Latrobe coach, Randy Shanklin, during the week. And he said, I really don't know how many games we'll be able to put away, playing as from the hunted position, of course, being the reigning champions. But that's potentially, depending on what happens here in this last quarter, 2 games now where they've led by double digits and let the team back into it. But we'll see what happens over the next 10 minutes. Round 2 action of University basketball. We've seen some highlights thus far. Tresice dunking on heads, getting in the spin cycle, whatever you want to call it. And let's just hope it continues thus far. Step back right in front of us here. Well short. Good defense there from Debney, who really has been everywhere. Might get his plus-minus stats in a moment. I would think they'd be quite high, because maybe not points-wise he's had a crazy good game, but I feel like he's just been everywhere.
+8, so yeah, that's pretty good. He's one of the higher ones on the court.
So here's deploy. 7 on the shot clock. Nice spin there, kick out to Tresice. He was there everywhere in that third quarter. Couldn't get that one to fall. But speaking of the guy with the good plus-minus, here's Debney getting another possession for Latrobe here at the start of this fourth. Holland, he's been good. Spins, finds a gap in the defence. Late whistle. We'll go to the line for 2.
There's quite a few of these Latrobe players. They're just able to find contact down low, and then they're able to just position themselves where they know that they can draw the foul, still get the ball up. Opportunities for and-ones. Have had 1 or 2 so far, and they've been pretty clinical from the free throw line so far. That's 13 of 17, so they'll be happy with their shooting performance from the line, I would think.
Only 5 fouls committed, and geez, that's just a brain fade there. Offensive rebound off a free throw. A good start here from Latrobe. 9-point lead as it stands. Can they put a team to the sword, or can Adelaide continue this sort of revival we've seen in the last few minutes. Skip past there, didn't go to the intended target. It worked in the end. Good finish that time. Just to get something on the board, that was Charlie Knowles. 7-point ball game. 9 minutes to go here. Well, there's been multiple scoring options for Latrobe, which has held them in good stead thus far. Back to Holland. A little bit less movement on this possession, but little two-man game with Tanisic. Thought about the three, decided against it, drives, turns it over. Nearly commits a foul there as well. They're going to push here now down the court. Plenty of contact. No whistle. They're in the back pocket firmly. That's at least they've been consistent. Here's Tresice, inside little hang shot. Lovely finish there. He has had some sort of a game, has Sam Tresice. He's up to 17 points now. Adelaide, they've got to get a run here going. Don't want to leave it too late. 3, downtown. There it is. Angus Crosby there from long range.
Double digits for him, 12 points now. He's been pretty good. So he's led, or at least he gets the first 3. Another one for Latrobe.
Deploy, can't get that one. Debney, another rebound. He has been ridiculous down there without getting the reward with the points, but another one. Tresice, great job. He's talking a bit of smack there as well. There's a bit in this game. Trying to go quick down the other end. Great finish that time from Bailey. Feels like every time, Latrobe have got a chance to really extend this out. Crazy bucket from Adelaide. They've got to admire their spirit. They're sticking in this. But they've got to start getting stops defensively and get stops and secure the rebound. I think they've been able to get stops, but it's been those second, third, even seventh chance opportunities we've seen. Holland just pauses, spins, can't get that one to go. Another opportunity. Debney, Tanisic, jump ball. Just waiting to see which way it is on the arrow. I believe it will be staying with Latrobe, but again, great defense. Just can't get the rebound. Yes, they've got a bit more height on the court at the moment, do Latrobe, but you've just got to fight and fight to try and get those boards.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch on the glass with Debney and Tresice, and then you add Tanisic into the mix as well. It's just 3 guys that Adelaide don't really have the height to contend with on the glass.
Here's Tanisic, kick out. Vandervorm, who just stepped on the court, decided against it, drives inside. Jeez Louise, we've seen some good finishes thus far. And you can put that one right up the top of the list. 8-point game, 71-63. Can Adelaide keep themselves in it? Long range, you knew it was off straight away. That time was Hampel, one of his rare misses on what's been a stellar day from him. 6.5 to go. Holland gets through the middle, Euro step, great pass, great two-man game that time. Well done from Debney, deserves a bucket after all his hard work. He's been everywhere this quarter. And I think it's just the multiple scoring options which has been the difference in this game. In front of us, long range. They're really starting to chuck it up now. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout from Adelaide in the next minute or so, just to take a breath. They've lost their offensive structure a little bit. And it's a chance of this game getting out to a substantial double-digit margin. Tanisic, mid-range, can't get the roll. 73-63, 5.5 to go. They're trying to go quick. Bruce inside, waited for the contact. Great block, Vandervorm. I think he was too worried about the contact there. He's played a great game, does Harry Bruce, and I think he'd be very happy to save some of his made shots for Saturday night. In his NBL 1 Central Grand Final, that kick to deploy does well to keep it in. Just those little plays there, you felt like Latrobe have won all day. Tanisic, though, threw it away. Fast-paced action at the moment. Bounce pass down the court, got a finish, does. Well done. Angus Crosby running the floor there.
Yeah, they're just still hanging about. They would still feel like they're right in this, but you mentioned it a moment ago, they just have got into that mindset of shot chucking a little bit, and they're just being a little bit lazy with their zone.
2-3. Looks like you've got to get into the high post, which they do. Tanisic, mid-range, boom, great setup there. Get the ball into the high post off the zone. They've got to make a decision. We saw it last week against Utah's, and we've just seen a great execution of that play there. So it's fast-paced here at the moment. Long range, that one can't fall. Ball going to beat everybody. 75-65, 4:50 left. 2 timeouts left for Adelaide, 1 timeout left for Latrobe. Just wonder, you do always want to save your timeouts late in the game so you can advance the ball, draw up some plays, but you've got to be in the game first, so it's something they have to decide on. Tresice, 4:40 left here in the game. Van der Vorm drives left, can't find an opening. Debney back out to Van der Vorm. He'll fire from long range. Just long, Tresice fighting for the rebounds. These offensive rebounds are killing them. And there's a great exhibit of it right there. Tresice mid-range. And there's that timeout we were talking about just a moment ago. 12-point lead, 77-65. Offensive rebounding numbers. They need to actually widen the stat sheet column because it'll be close to triple digits at the moment.
Yeah, they have that's been really the killer for Adelaide in this game. Latrobe have just really used that, their height to their advantage. I believe 18 offensive rebounds, and I think they might have missed a few in the first quarter as well. So, there's definitely, there's been, it's now 17 second chance points as well for Latrobe compared to 4 for Adelaide Uni. So that really has been the thing that has,
there's your game.
Has killed the game.
12-point margin, 13 plus 13 second chance points, and I think just the last few minutes that's really up from there. They've had 8 second chance points this quarter, so there's your game right there. Still plenty of time left, don't get me wrong, and we can see them really light it up from downtown. Can Adelaide now? They're 7 of 24, now they're 5 of 11 at half-time, so they haven't been as accurate as they would have liked, but I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of threes shot in the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So you have just joined us. Latrobe have led for 99% of this contest. They led at quarter time 21-19. Then at half time they led by 2 as well. 3/4 time 62-56. And now they hold their game high, or near game high lead, should I say. They led by as much as 13 at one stage. But they've got to get something going now. Right, 1 timeout left for Adelaide. All 3 timeouts left for Latrobe. We'll see what transpires over the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Kick to the corner. We said we're going to see some threes fired. That's one. Good look. Just couldn't get it to fall. Just haven't been able to make them at the same rate they had in their game last week against the Sunshine Coast. Here's Tresice. Day. Goes to Tresice, lots of contact. Somehow he still ends up with the ball. Will be fouled. Just waiting to see who it's actually going to be on. Be 14. Charlie Knowles. Right, under 4 to go here. I feel like a bucket here would be not quite the dagger in modern day basketball, but it'd be really hard. Holland just got through there. Somehow found some space. He's been incredibly impressive. And he gets that one there to go. He's now got 14. Started the game really well and has continued. Mid-range jumper just got to start falling now for Adelaide. Can't get that one to fall though. Chance to put him to the sword. We talked about it at 3/4 time. Can they really give them no chance, not give him a sniff? Tresice, he's got a clear mismatch here. Tried to find it to Van der Vorm. Eventually did. 8 on the shot clock. He drives. Had Holland decided against him. What a pass for Tresice.
Got bailed out again, Geordie.
I was about to say great block. I said my view is obstructed. So I'm assuming that was body contact in there as well, and then go to the line for 2, Tresice. But the way he's fought today, he deserves to get some free throws. Has been absolutely everywhere. Knocks down the first.
His 22nd point, potential 23rd coming up. A leading one for Latrobe.
Game high lead now. 15 points. It's now or never right now for Adelaide. Bruce drives inside, goes off the glass. Can't get that one to fall. Tresice again. Close to the line. Will be a foul. Got pushed over. I don't think you can object to that one. No, 80-65. Full court pressure now. 3 minutes left. Bucket on this possession would pretty much be the dagger in my opinion. Van der Vorm pushes to Tresice. Be very happy to take some time off the clock here. Shots late in the shot clock are not exactly going. Goes inside! What a jam! Nick Day found a trampoline in the key there and dunked it on 3 guys. If you don't mind, put that one on your top of your highlight reel. Now Asami goes with a step through and gets fouled. Nick Day, we saw one before where he got up and thought about it and decided to lay it up, but that one there, goodness gracious me.
Yeah, he just saw, it was a good read, he just saw there was just a lane for him, and he just decided he was going to take it. He backs himself in every time, Nick Day. He did stuff similar last year I don't reckon he posterised anyone last year, but well, he gets a nice little poster. That'll be if there was a photo of that, would be his new screensaver by tomorrow, I would have thought.
Well, Nawasami knocks a couple down there. It's such an explosive leap there as well. That's why my voice went high pitch. I was sort of surprised. Here's Precise, gets that one to go. You have to feel right there that Latrobe is starting to have some fun now. 17-point lead. 2:25 to play. And much better shooting performance than last time against UTAS. And consistent as well. They've got great looks. Their ball movement's been really good. Nawasami just retreats to the three-point line, and you can hear from the bench what they think of that. Here's Day, spins around, goes inside again. Goodness me! Looking like a training drill right now for Nick Day. Sensational work from him. Now they're really starting to enjoy themselves. Kick out, 3, decided against it, goes for the mid-range. Good finish there. We haven't seen much of that in the second half, really. I think Adelaide's shot selection has been good. They just, sometimes the first option is the best option. I think they've sort of gone against it a little bit. A few subs coming in, minute 40 left. Score 86-69. So Latrobe sitting unbelievably comfortable here, and they'll be going to 2-0 on the season. They've had to win 2 different ways as well. UTAS, it was a slow game. It was a low scoring. It was gritty. They really had to work hard, and this one here, it's been explosive. It's been fast-paced, and they've just outgunned them in the second half, led by 2 at half-time. And they've just won those, talk about the shooting percentage, which, to be near 50% at this stage of the game, you'd be really happy. I think their 2-point looks have been really good. And they've only made the 4 threes, so it can still get better. As Vandervorm throws that one over. Nawasami downtown, can't get that one to fall. Nick Day, again, lots of contact, should be rewarded with a foul, will be. And did not play against UTAS, Nick Day. This is my first time seeing him, and he's been sensational. Would be an understatement. A chance for him to add to his tally. He's got 14.
18 now.
18 now.
Yeah.
So the updated scoreboard misses the first. Makes the second. 19 points for him.
He's also drawn, I think that's now 5 or 6 fouls as well.
So 5 players in double digits. Good reverse layup there that time from Mitch Creighton. But 5 players in double digits for Latrobe. They've got to be happy with that. It was Tresife for parts. It was Nick Day, which we see driving now. Can he dunk on someone else? Ooh. Goodness me! There's your dunk of UBL season 2025. Goodness me! As Adelaide go down the other end and make the layup. Wow! As he's got it back here. He can't do it again, could he? As they just get it here to Debney. Good block inside. Just give us a second to process that. That is ridiculous. Nick Day. Nawasami downtown. Can't get that one to fall. It's Precise with the rebound. Under a minute to go here. We've seen some big dunks thus far. And that one there, by the length of the Flemington Straight, is the best one. And good luck topping that in the entire UBL season. Kick pass to Shice to really put the icing on the cake here for Latrobe. Knocks that one down. And they're out by a 21-point margin. 92 points they've scored to 71. Inside here. Great block there from Debney. They're playing right to the end, which is what you'd want to see. The shot clock is turned off, so they can hold it here for the final possession. Surely we couldn't have another highlight from Nick Day. Still catching my breath. That is the best dunk I've seen live. That was unbelievable, but that'll do it for Latrobe. A complete team performance. As we said, 5 players in double digits, 2 in the 20s. Great game of basketball, plenty of highlights, and that'll do it here. 92-73. Latrobe get the win and improve to 2-0 on the season. 92-73, and well, they just outgunned them there in that second half, but really entertaining game. We saw some great highlights taking nothing away from Adelaide. They played some serious good basketball, just weren't able to keep up that offensive pace, didn't shoot the ball as well they probably would have wanted. Still shot 45% from the field. Really impressed with their 2-pointers, 57%, but it really was those little hustle plays they couldn't quite get. You know, they were in the game with 3 minutes left, but just got to make those shots down the stretch, and they weren't able to do so. But they've got a really good high multitude of options, and they're also adding in a player that wasn't here today in, Ayul Sarang, who's playing in the grand final for the NBL 1 Central. So if he's tuning in, best of luck to him. So Adelaide, they're a good team, and they really fought hard, just unable to win those 50-50 battles.
Yeah, this is what happens when you come up against the best side from last year. 30-point last quarter, 30-16. They outscored Adelaide. So yeah, they just really turned it on down the stretch, and a lot of those second chance points really hurt Adelaide. It did finish 15-4, but the bench points, we spoke during the call about the depth of Latrobe, 36 bench points to 14, and I mean, all the plaudits goes to Nick Day. That was something. Again, like the first one, he just saw the lane, but this time he elevated one hand, head almost at the rim, I would have to say, and absolutely jammed it on his opponent. So yeah, like you, I did see there was a post there right in front of us last year here against, I think it was Sydney Uni. It was a Sydney Uni player who did it. But Nick Day, that was bloody unbelievable, Geordie.
Yes, exactly right. Well, that is going to do us here for the first leg of doubleheader action at Latrobe Sports Stadium. Latrobe get the win in the men's, but don't go anywhere. It'll be Harvey Constable and Zach Bazzina, who, well, he's going to be pretty excited after seeing that jam on the bench. He's going to join us in about 30-odd minutes' time for the women's game. Do not go anywhere. Same stream, so don't have to change anything, but great game of basketball here to start. Latrobe get the win, 92-73. Don't go anywhere. Women tipping off in just over 35 minutes.
Welcome back here to Trobe University. We've gone through one of our 2 games here at the double header. The Trobe men got the W. My name's Harvey Constable. With me, Zach Bazina, who was part of that winning team. There was about 400 highlights to choose from in that one. Zach, any favourites of yours?
I got to go with Nick Day's second dunk, the one hand tomahawk. All of us on the bench just absolutely exploded. It was such an energetic play. We loved it.
And if you missed it, which most people have, I'm sure it's going to come across your socials, because it was wonderfully called by Geordie Mole. Lost the voice as well. He's out in the stand spectating for this women's game. It is La Trobe against Adelaide, but yeah, that was quite something from Nick Day. He went with the two-hander on a couple of players earlier, and then again he just saw the lane, absolutely jammed it down. But these two teams, it was a good win actually too, 92-73. But these two teams, well, La Trobe, they've only played the one game. They defeated UTAS 72-69, the 23-12 final quarter. And then for the University of Adelaide, or Adelaide Uni, they're 1-1. They had a win against the Uni of Newcastle in their first game. Then they lost to the Uni of Sunshine Coast 55-66. They shot 13 of 56 from the field in that game. So that's something that they're going to be looking for. Did you see the La Trobe women last week, Zach?
Yes, I called the game last week. The big question for me into this second game is how La Trobe is going to combat missing Kayla Vitale and also Talia D'Agostino, the two of their bleeders, part of their major part of their rotation. So I'm interested to see who steps up today, and it might be Leeson again, but who knows? Yeah,
they've had a lot of turnover. It's a big changing team from last year. They've retained quite a few of them, but there's a couple of injured players as well. Nicole Karakiklis, one of them. I think Emily Maltezos is part of the roster as well. Was another one who featured last year, not featuring this year. But we're only 40 seconds away from the tip. Adelaide 1-1 coming here, 13 of 56 from the field, as I mentioned, 5 of 20 from their threes, 14 of 24 from the free throw line. So is it a simple case of you make more shots, you keep yourself in the game? They only scored 55 in the last game. How do you improve your field goal percentage from week to week, other than just the simple answer of making shots? Is it generating better shots?
Yeah, well, the main thing Cam Burt liked to talk about, me and Jordan were talking about last week, is he wants to play defence and get out in transition, and I feel like they kind of weren't able to do that for that first 3 quarters last week. They were able to scrape out a win in that fourth quarter, but I feel like if they play more in transition and play through their defence, they'll be able to score a bigger total and put up a really good total to end the game.
Yeah, they'll be hoping to move to 2-0, follow suit with the men's, of course, the 10-minute quarters. We had a couple of stoppages in the first game for a bit of clock malfunctioning, you could say. We were a score short. It was a good game, and you boys just broke it open in the last quarter. It was really well played in the end. Managed to run out 19-point winners against a pretty valiant Adelaide Uni side who, coming into the game, they shot, I think, 36 threes in their first game, 49 in the second. Was that something that was a focus heading into the game, is trying to deny their looks at 3?
Yeah, all we did at practice on Monday was work on a couple of their offensive sets and just trying to limit their three ball, and I feel like we did that today.
Yeah, it was a really solid performance all round from La Trobe men, and now it's time for the women to have a crack. There's a scramble in the middle to kick off proceedings. The La Trobe ball will be to the left of screen in this half. Nice little up and under. Came from Holland, but couldn't get it to fall. Adelaide out in transition now. It's always important to start the game hot, and that's what Talia Leeson has done. Gets in this passing lane. Easy down the other end. Wonderful start for La Trobe.
Yeah, Leeson into the starting lineup today with a couple bodies missing and instant impact like she did last week when she checked in.
Coming back the other way is Otto. Adelaide, try and get into your sets early. That's one thing as well. Is the outside shot. Comes from Shillaby, rims out. Good offensive board though. And second chance points come for Adelaide Uni. Jemima Witten the first, but again La Trobe get out, bit of contact. Trying to finish through, unable to do so. Stafford comes back, finishes it off.
So I talked about last week, offensive rebounding was a major part of the game, and it's already started to happen again with an offensive rebound from each side.
Again, Leeson nearly got in there for the steal for La Trobe. Yeah, it was such a key feature in the men's game. Lovely pass, down low. Montenegro with the finish. Easily enough off the glass, wide open. It's a missed rotation perhaps for La Trobe. As Zach said, without a couple of their leaders, so it'll be interesting to see who steps up, who takes that leadership role.
I feel like they need to go to Balance here. She's got a really big size mismatch.
Yeah, it's what happened in the men's game. It was Debney, it was Trezise. They just had too much size, so many O boards. Women will be looking to follow suit. As I said, Bollins has quite a hefty size advantage. Nice little movement just around the arc for Adelaide. It's finished off beautifully. Shillaby up. from downtown, knocks it down. Lovely, confident opening shot. It's always a good feeling to knock down your first shot. That's a little bit lazy from Latrobe, though. Again, Shillabir might have thought about it. We'll get it back. We'll get the three. But back-to-back, a little bit short. Good tip, though. She gets it back, Shillabir. Feeling very confident. That's just an easy shot from the free throw line. And we're going to have an early timeout for Cambert. Not happy with what he's seeing. It's a 9-6 lead for the away side. Adelaide is the first timeout taken.
That's exactly what I was about to talk about. As the turnover happened, I was going to say Latrobe need to limit their turnovers. That they did. They turned the ball over heavily last week, and then as soon as that happens, they get done with a 5-point swing. And now a quick timeout here from Cambert. Not happy with the start.
Yeah, 7 assists, 19 turnovers it was in the last game. That's not a ratio you see very often at this level of basketball, particularly only 7 assists, but to give away the ball 19 times, another couple of early ones there. And here, just looking at the timeout, Cambert not really saying too much. He's just letting Bolins be the one. It's very much his coaching style, is Cam. He likes to just kind of let the players sort it out for themselves and give guidance when required. Adelaide back out nice and early, but they've had a bright start.
The girls are smart enough to know that they've had a sloppy start, and they know what they need to fix up. That's what this timeout's here for from Cambert.
So early stages here in the opening quarter. The Trobe Uni against the University of Adelaide. Witten with a couple. Montenegro with a couple. 5 for Shillabir. 2 of 4. Knock down that opening 3. Latrobe will get an opportunity to come back down the other end out of the timeout. It was Stafford who gave away the ball in the last possession. She'll have the inbounding duties. They negotiate it well enough to Latrobe. Now calling the play. We come down. It's Leeson again inside, but the pass was tipped, so that's another turnover. Zach Vazina shaking his head. After last week and after what we just spoke about, it's limiting turnovers is a big portion of this game for Latrobe if they want to be successful in it. They do get the ball back. They cause a turnover of their own. Leeson, audacious pass to Bolins, who does use the size advantage. Couldn't get it to fall, though.
It's still a risky pass. I like when Latrobe can get through their sets and have patient offense. Like there's a couple of times earlier where they're just trying to rush their offensive sets. They just need to get through an offensive set.
Witten dropped it off, and it was a poor pass, and Montenegro inadvertently knocked it out. The Latrobe ball, a couple of early turnovers for both teams. Yeah, that was, well, with the size advantage, I guess, but it was really risky. It was over half the court. 2-on-1. Couldn't be finished by Bolins either.
This is better. Just a bit of patience by Hollands here to run the set.
Yeah, they haven't gone deep into a shot clock yet. They'll be looking to do that here, but again, it's turned over. It's a poor pass. And they're on the break. Witten, again, a poor turnover.
It's a bit like LA Fitness at 12 a.m. right now. They're just throwing the ball all over the place. Let's see which team can clean it up first.
It's a great call. We're lacking a bit of, well, just a bit of patience, as you say, and just a bit of, I don't really know, it's just a bit of common sense, to be honest. It's just some strange passing going on out there. Both teams, early turnovers, 3 for Latrobe, 3 for Adelaide Uni. The late sub will come in.
I feel like Latrobe are trying to do the right thing and move the ball and get everyone involved, but some of the passes are just not there. They just need to find the passes that are there and play patient basketball.
So Claudia He into the action. Horns called straight away. Into their set. Onto Bolins. Again, inside for Bolins, who finds space under the rack, gets it up, over her head, couldn't make it. Disappointed for her.
Still like the look though, getting her on the low block. I said it a lot last week. Every time she got down on that low block, she was able to finish most of the time.
Great block. Comes from Carr, and then there's a foul down low. Yeah, last week Bolins played the 23 minutes, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 7 of 11 from the free throw line, so clearly has the ability to draw contact as well. With that size, sometimes you just got to hack a shack. Although, clearly capable from the free throw line. Adelaide, 14 on the shot clock. They try and come through. It was good defense from Bolins that time, although ref might have said she just shifted her hips a little bit. Not happy with it. Be a foul nonetheless. And 2 shots at the line for Adelaide. 9-6 early stages here in the opening quarter.
Bit of a stalemate here ever since the turnovers back and forth. See if Adelaide can get back on the board.
That's Montenegro from the line. 1 of 8 in her last game. Just the 4 points. Hit both her free throws. Missed the first tee up. Makes the correction on the second. So a 2-point lead for Latrobe. They've just trying to be a little bit patient, or that's probably what they should do. And again, we have a shot clock resetting issue.
Had a few of these in the men's game too. Was getting a bit impatient there on the bench, I might say.
Yeah, it's definitely, Geordie and I were saying it becomes frustrating for the players. Down into Bollins again, size mismatch, ended up with about 3 on her and still.
She's down there, and even she had 3 people on her and she was still able to score over the top.
And again, misplaced pass from Adelaide Uni. Shillabia. That's 3 or 4. They've just tried to they're getting inside the back door. They're just not executing on the pass. So it's the Trobe that they're just getting away with them at the moment.
It's just a matter on whoever can capitalise on these turnovers early. No one's really done it yet, just yet.
So he again, driving up the court. Poulton, the double knee pads / leg sleeves on. As Bollins was denied that time. Great defence from Montenegro again. Now Shillabia out in transition quickly. And once again gives it away. And he's calling almost herself off for a sub here. I'll just try and get the updated numbers on how many turnovers, but that's probably 3 or 4 from her alone so far in this game.
Yeah, it's just a sloppy start from both teams, really. We've been talking about it for this first 5 minutes, just frequently, just turnover after turnover.
It's now 4 for Adelaide Uni, or it might be 5. That's a couple for Shillabia. Feels like more, but nonetheless. A bit of crowding as well from Latrobe. Just trying to find a bit of space, but there's not a lot of movement on this possession. So driving is Reed, goes to the inside pass. Left-hand scoop, Bollins, O-board, and in, right on the hooter.
I feel like all they have to do is just get it up on the rim and let Bollins go to work. Yeah. Even if they miss a shot, she's going to be there for the offensive rebound.
Play just at 23 minutes, as we said in the last game. It'd be nice if you could play 40 for Latrobe, just with that presence. Another offensive rebound, and one. Down the other end, Jemima Witten. Again, second chance points. It really hurt Adelaide's men's team. They get an opportunity to go to the line. It's good hustle, and then your smaller players are able to just feed off the tips.
That was a bit unlucky there from Reed. She got caught on the floor and was just trying to make a play from the floor and ended up slapping her across the arm and then finished the layup.
Witten coming off 14 points. 2 of 5 from 3, 7 rebounds, couple steals as well. Misses the free throw. Stafford will give it off to he again, who's the primary ball handler for the Latrobe side so far in the early stages. 4.5 to go in this opening quarter. And a self-trapped 2-point lead for Adelaide. Well played by Carr. Almost just kissed it off the glass. Bounces through several times and somehow dropped in.
That hit the side of the backboard. From our view right here, that tipped the side of the glass and then hit every single part of the rim and rolled in.
There was a lid on the rim, Geordie said a good few times in the men's game. A little bit hard as there's a foul calls on Poulton. A little bit unlucky there. I didn't see a lot of contact. Latrobe are about to come away with a steal. But 4 minutes to go in this quarter. Tie ball game. It's probably about right. Both teams giving the ball away far too often, you would have thought, for what their coaches would like.
Adelaide in the penalty here, so they're going to look to be aggressive.
As the outside shot comes and drops. And it comes from someone who we don't have the number of, which tends to be nice. It's Maddie Hughes who it is. Thought she was going to be number 8. She's wearing number 7. Commentator's dream, of course. But she knocked down a nice confident shot, wide open in the corner.
Yeah, it looks like whenever Latrobe haven't got a hand up, the Adelaide girls have no worry to just let that thing fly because they're knocking them down.
Yeah, 5 of 20 from downtown the last game. And they had 16 turnovers themselves with their 12 assists. Bit of action off the inbound for Latrobe inside. Almost could have argued it was a lob. She would have. With Georgia Holland, but there's a foul called in there. Baseline ball for Latrobe. Stafford to inbound, got it into Poulton. He just found herself open in the horseshoe. Not sure how that happens.
Adelaide looked like they cheated that play. I reckon they might have scouted it, but it was a great job there from Poulton there to just come back and get the layup.
Hughes nearly lost possession of the ball. Downhill comes Sabine. Kicks it out. That's a nice little inside move. And again, in, woos them. got a nice roll, did really well to get to the rim. Good full court pressure from Adelaide. Poulton does well to dribble through and then nearly threw it away. Latrobe is happy to set. Well played by Holland. Got plenty of time on the shot clock. Little two-player action. Pass overcooked. Out off the hands of Carr. Another turnover for Latrobe.
I do like it there, though, from Holland running a nice pick and roll. The pass is just a little bit heavy. I feel like they've had a couple of them already today. If they just soften up those passes, they'll have a couple. They would have had 4 or 5 layups already.
Yeah, it's just the skill execution letting them down at the moment. Hughes got through Poulton. This is inside. Layup was missed. Carr with the rebound. Liking this full court pressure from Adelaide as well. As Poulton backs herself, drives through everyone. And again to Holland, just to reset. Out to Poulton. Pulls the three. Just offline. And the foul called on Carr on Woosnam. Put himself in the hole, got the rebound.
Woosnam will go to the line now as Latrobe are over the limit.
There's a couple of subs made. Just the one for Adelaide. Although, we've got, 5 fouls. It should be in the penalty, yeah.
Which is exactly what the coach is saying.
The Adelaide coaching staff have made the refs aware. It's not something you see every day. And they will have a couple of free throws, as, well, predicted. Not really. It had to happen, as our man Zach Bazina said. And to the line goes Isabella Woosnam.
5 fouls to 0 early. The refs are really blowing their whistle for Adelaide here early.
Woosnam gets strong at the line. It's 4 of 6 in the last game, 11 points, 2 of 9 from 2, 1 of 5 from 3, so not a finest shooting game.
But I also think the reason they're blowing the whistle is because Adelaide are being a lot more aggressive in the paint. There's a couple more substitutions coming here for Latrobe.
On comes Milia Marinkovic for her first minutes. Has the inbounding duties, full court pressure again from Adelaide. Just making it difficult for Latrobe, and wouldn't say it's really been an easy start for the home side at all. Lisa now under real pressure. They do well to get it over. Now they've got the extra number, but again the pass floated. Did well though. Holland pulls the trigger. Confident shot from the mid-range. Knocks it down.
Another one of those loopy passes, but finally works out for Latrobe as Holland knocks down a nice mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, just sheer weight of numbers really in terms of these passes. Good hand in from Carr. Shot clock a little bit late to reset. Nice fake from he. Inside. Lovely floater. Great control. 18 apiece now on the scoreboard.
This is exactly how Latrobe want to play, forcing turnovers and getting out in transitions. I really love that move there from he. She was so patient, didn't rush the three-point shot and had a nice floater as they get another steal here.
Yeah, Leeson nearly has it ripped back off her. The foul called on Hughes. 2 minutes on the dot to go in this first quarter.
First team foul here on Adelaide.
Yeah, 8 minutes into the first quarter. It's been a rarity. Shot clock to be reset. Just the 1 second difference. Here again. They are starting to get into their rhythm, into their sets. Latrobe is finding space. He, again with the fake, gets the kick out. Marinkovic, just a little bit long, but it's tracked.
Shot clock hasn't reset here for Latrobe.
Yeah, it didn't touch rim. The bench certainly letting the players know. Holland falls out of her hands. He will have to chuck it up left-handed in the end. Left-handed jumper. You don't see that too often. Not a dominant hand. Good effort too to hit the rim. Hughes now down to Woosnam. Just trying to find space. Adelaide, and a bit of miscommunication. 8 on the shot clock.
Good defense here from Latrobe, making a play scrappy.
But again, Woosnam got inside, but a little late attack there from Marinkovic was good, but Woosnam was able to just stay with the play, got the offensive rebound.
A me-bound there, as you say, misses her own shot, grabs her own rebound and puts it straight back up and in.
Latrobe. Downhill, Holland. Leeson thinks about it, pulls it, nails it. High arcing shot, very confident shot. That's what Latrobe want. Cam Burt likes it.
The extra pass was there, but if you're a shooter, you shoot, and that's exactly what Leeson does there with a nice arc on her jump shot and knocks it down.
Good pressure from Marinkovic, forces the turnover, the passing lane, intercepted with Hollands. Coming down the court again, she's been the one for me who's just showed the extra need of patience, or the extra patience has been needed. He again finds a way inside, off the glass, off rim, into the hands of Carr. Lovely pass, Leeson inside. A couple of buckets for her in a row. Latrobe just starting to get on top. It's only a 3-point margin, but a couple of really good baskets late.
That was perfect by Carr. They didn't force up a shot on the offensive glass, was patient, nice drop-off pass to Leeson for the 2.
So they will get the last shot here, Adelaide, unless they pull the trigger early. And an offensive foul. So put the commentator's curse on them. Leeson, a couple of great offensive plays, and then a defensive one. Through the head back, illegal screen. 9.4 on the clock.
This last 2 minutes, Latrobe have really picked up their intensity on the defensive end.
And it's noticeable in the bench's reaction. He again inside, got contact and finished. Got a little knock on the head, didn't phase her at all. Drops it in, 3.6 on the clock. Just saw the lane. I've
really loved his impact as soon as she's come into this game. She's done a great job of settling down the offense and being aggressive when needing to be aggressive, and she's done that on multiple occasions now with the M1 here.
Yeah, just saw the lane and attacked it. And it started 6-10 halfway through this quarter. It's now 20. Chance for 26 for Latrobe. It is a left-hander. She is a left-hander, actually. There you go. As the shot was never going to fall, but that was a great end to the quarter, Zach, from Latrobe. They end with a 5-point lead, and I think that where they were placed at the start of that game, turning the ball over far too often, they tightened that aspect up, and they got due reward on the scoreboard for it. Yeah,
I reckon the second half of that quarter, they started to slow their offense down and run proper sets, and then when they sped the game up, it was off their defense, like deflections, steals, forcing passes out of bounds, and that's when they were starting to get out in transition and get their layups and even their mid-range jumpers to go. I really like the second half of that quarter from Latrobe. See if Adelaide can respond here to start this second term.
Yeah, just looking statistically, Adelaide, I mean, they're shooting 54% from the field. They've only had the 13 shots to Latrobe's 22, though, which has, I guess, been just the weight of numbers of shots. They haven't, as we said, Adelaide haven't shot the ball particularly poorly, but yeah, 4 points from turnovers. Adelaide yet to score off turnover. So it's just, yeah, it's been a case of Latrobe. They did turn the ball over a couple of times. Then they managed to force Adelaide into turnovers, like you say, and they came down the other end and punished a good couple of times. What do Adelaide need to do in this quarter to try and take back a bit of the momentum and get well, they're only 5 points behind, but just get maybe in front or a little bit closer on the scoreboard?
I feel like they just need to do what Latrobe started to do and just be patient on offense. I feel like a lot of the time when these turnovers are occurring, they're trying to throw passes that aren't there or too early in the shot clock. Whereas if you play long possessions, you can get the defense moving, make them work harder, and that's when more shots will open up.
9 points early for Talia Leeson. She's 4 of 6 from the field. Knocked down her only 3-point attempt as well. She's been the one for Latrobe. Was really the one late that got a couple of buckets in a row. And then, again, it's Claudia He who's been in that ball handler role, playing it really well, just controlling the tempo alongside Hollins. Slight delay as we are about to begin proceedings for the second quarter. I think you guys were about to start with a size 6, which is what happened to delay at the start of the first game. We had several things that were going wrong.
Yeah, I didn't get to use the proper game ball, which I finally perfected the shot on, and then we had to switch it up.
I assume it's just an issue with who's got fouls on them or something like that. Had a couple of issues at the scorers table today, but Latrobe in the women's, of course, back-to-back champs in 2022 and 2023. Not quite the heights last year, but they got close. Looking to start the half well, Adelaide, and that is almost the imperfect start as Otto just threw it away. Her teammate wasn't looking at her, just bounced past it.
I don't think he even touched that ball. She just threw that out of bounds.
No one touched that for Latrobe.
I was just about to say, like, we need Adelaide to start the quarter without turning the ball over, and they just turned the ball over first possession.
The ref had a great view of it too, and he's denied Latrobe possession.
And ball don't lie.
That's right. And there's things that just go your way, and sometimes they don't, but yeah, all things balance out. In the end, you make your own luck, and Latrobe have got that 5-point lead again. Hezi inside, good strip though. Down low from Montenegro, and now they have an opportunity to get out and run. That's what they do, but Latrobe, great cover defense. Good finish though. Sabine gets it to go.
Nice left-hand finish there over the defense. Was able to be patient and play off 2 feet.
Here again, just orchestrating. And now they have Bollins, who's back on the floor. It's tipped away from her. As the refs look at each other, decided it's a Latrobe ball. Yeah, Bollins still that presence inside, as you said a couple of times, like it going down there. They just haven't been able to find her on every occasion. They're defending her quite well. She's looking for it again.
They're looking to double team at Adelaide every time she gets the ball.
She gets in off the pick, finds the space, finds the glass, finds the bucket.
She catches it down low, that close to the rim. There's no way. The only way you're going to stop her is if you foul her.
to Shillabir now. Started the game hot, turned it over a few times though, and will just about turn it over again. She will. I don't know what's going on with her pass. She keeps looking to the bench thinking the same thing. It's just not been a start that she would have liked, and yeah, it's one of those things you don't want your confidence to get too low, and just every time you pass the ball you're going to be thinking about it.
Yeah, if you turn the ball over too frequently, you'll always be looking at the bench to see if the coach is taking you off.
It'll be a shot from Reed downtown, knocks it down. First 3 of the game for her. Latrobe extend that margin out to 8 points.
Looks like their offense is clicking a lot more this week compared to last week. Great shot there from Reed.
Again, good defense down the other end from Reed as well. You can just feel the energy in this building is with Latrobe at the moment, and again a turnover just about. Hustle play on the floor, Reed's in there, jump ball. Arrow pointing the way of Latrobe.
Putting her body on the line there, Reed, love that.
Yeah, it was just got down enough, got there first and able to win a jump ball for a team.
But then again, Adelaide, another turnover. Like, they just need to be more patient on offense. I feel like they're throwing some really weird passes as Leeson fires up another 3. Short, rebound Adelaide.
Yeah, look good from our angle. So Adelaide will get out and running. They've got numbers, but again, it's Reed, just the roadblock. They just haven't been able to really penetrate too often. Have Adelaide so far in this game. Little midi pull-up is off, left. They get an offensive rebound though. You're able to put it back up, not quite in. Get another opportunity. A couple of offensive boards. And that time a foul on Boland's just arrived a little bit late going to the line. Again is Otto. An opportunity for Adelaide to win some points back.
Finally
at the line.
Finally Adelaide get a shot up. They haven't had a shot up for about a couple of minutes, so it's good. Stop the clock, try to get 2 points on the board, and then reassess the situation to start this second quarter.
Yeah, they kind of need to employ what Latrobe did in the latter stages of that quarter. Just slow things down, as you've said a couple of times. Work into your sets. Just go back to what you know. Keep it simple. And missing the first is Otto. Her first free throw attempts of the game. Just said 14 of 24 last time out for Adelaide at the line. So we'll be looking to improve on that number as the second one goes. Latrobe just keeping it simple every time, and it's really working for them. Again, Reed, same spot as before, knocks it down again.
Same spot, same result.
Yeah, just found the open space. They knew what they were doing. Down the lane is Shillabir. Again, another offensive rebound for Adelaide, but they just aren't making Latrobe pay at the minute. Now Leeson, bit of space down the other end.
Coach Burt urging the girls to push it. Reed again, fires a 3. Bang! That's 3 in a row from Reed. Timeout, Adelaide. Bit of momentum here for Latrobe here, Harvey.
Yeah, they've really just turned it on, the Jets. And they've turned this game on its head. 13-point leaders they are. Jada Reed knocks down 3 consecutive threes. Only the 2 points in the last game from her 14 and a half minutes. Certainly a different story here. Feeling confident. Love that shot. And that's what players at this level, you know when someone's feeling hot, you're going to give it to them no matter where they are. Because you back them in to make that shot 9 times out of 10 when they're feeling it. And Latrobe's certainly feeling it at the moment.
We did talk about that before the game started. Who was going to step up with Vitale missing. She played, 38 minutes last week. High minutes, and it looks like Reed's really up for the challenge and stepping up early. Love to see it.
Yeah, Kayla Vitale was fantastic from downtown generally, and just another one who's just not afraid to just rip him whenever. And yeah, as you say, Reed taking on that mantle. 3 shots, all from downtown, all made. 9 points for her in her 8 or nearly 9 minutes so far in this one.
Adelaide need to respond here, or this could get ugly really quickly.
They've shot 18 shots overall, 50%, 9 of 18, but 27 for Latrobe, and they're up at 60% just about. So they've been really impressive, the home side. And they have these capabilities with their depth and their outside game. But I think it's been their defence, which is really, well, they've just denied Adelaide opportunities, as you mentioned a moment ago, to actually get the ball up.
They've had 11 turnovers, Adelaide. That's why the shot's low. Nearly a 12th turnover there. Great pressure from Leeson.
Yeah, they're really inspired, playing inspired defence are the Eagles. Otto, kick it out to Hughes. Did knock down her first shot of the game. Good backdoor cut. And yeah, there is a foul down there on Shillabir. And then we'll be on the base. Not a good cut, and they did find the pass that time, but again, she just had a fumble and couldn't get it up.
I don't think Canberra minded that at all. They were just in scramble mode there, Adelaide.
14 on the shot clock. Otto steps back, thought about it. Now there's a size mismatch. They use it to their advantage, but Leeson came in from the side, got the block. Poulton gets it on to Leeson now, pushing it out. Run the floor, goes herself off the glass, a little bit long. Offhand, Shillabeer. Again. Leans on her opponent a couple of times, kicks to the corner. And there might be an offensive foul, there is. It was on Shillabeer.
It's another turnover for Shillabeer.
Yep. Just didn't slow herself down. She went on that big run and crashed into her opponent. And yeah, Adelaide, they're just struggling at the moment to just generate offense, generate shots. And they're slowly fading out of this one. There's still so much time to go, of course. We're only in the second quarter, early stages. But you don't want to fall too far behind. Particularly can drain your confidence early.
Exactly what ball pressure does to you, though. Forces you to make these passes that you think are there, but they're not. But all the pressure from Latrobe is intense. As Polton fires a three. Short gets her own rebound with the left. No good. Leeson, another offensive rebound. And Adelaide finally secure the rebound.
Yeah, it's just a few of these things for Adelaide. They're just not going their way, but they get away with it. There's Hughes. Back to Otto. There's just really not a lot of... just not generating... There's no plays or anything that are really being run. There's no sets that they're trying to get into, and there's 6 on the shot clock, and they really haven't done a lot. But they can go downhill, little head fake, and good finish from Witten, who a couple of times has found her way inside. That's what they need, just to get score on the board, really, somehow, some way.
Still a scrappy possession. It doesn't look like they have any sets. It looks like they're just playing a lot of one-on-one basketball, which isn't going to do well in the long term.
Looking for Reed again.
They are not giving her any space now.
A bit of better coverage on her. It's a screen, gets downhill. 5 on the shot clock. Poulton barely even caught it just before she ripped the shot. A little bit short. Adelaide again out in transition. Good pass from Witten will find Hughes. Should finish, doesn't. Oh well, groans heard around the stadium there. She missed the open layup.
She's going to go again.
Reed for 4 from 4. Not quite that time. The overshot often happens after you make a few.
I think she'd shot her first 3 from deep range, and she just assumed she was deep again.
Shillabeer again thought about it. Otto not really putting up any shots, but she is the one kind of trying to generate the offense, but she just hasn't got a lot of support. Shillabeer 8 in the shot clock once again, deep, and not really found an avenue to the basket. Otto's going to have to chuck up a shot here. Does. Did pretty well. It was a good effort, and it will be Adelaide ball. Good bit of hustle off Latrobe.
Nearly a 5 for 5 here from Cambert.
4 on, 4 off. Give some of them a bit of rest. Ticked under the 5-minute mark in this second quarter. Adelaide trailing by 11. An opportunity inside again. Not quite. And the rebound goes Latrobe's way this time with Paulson. And she's fouled. So we'll have a stoppage in play. They're just really struggling. To be honest, Adelaide, it is a case of not being able to generate a lot of offense, and as you said, Zach, just a lot of one-on-one, and then there's not a lot of movement off ball. If you're going to play one-on-one, great, but you've got to have players moving off the ball, and there's not really anything going on. Yeah,
when someone's driving, you need cutters, you need people spotting up in the corners and the wings. They don't really have that right now. Everyone's just a bit all over the place.
Good pressure on Hollins, though.
It's a tackle.
And that should be a foul. It's not. Cambert asking the question. Acting it out with the umpire.
Don't know how you can get a jump ball when you're hugging a girl from behind.
No. We saw a couple of strange decisions, it has to be said, in the men's game. Adelaide, to be honest, didn't get too much of the rub of the green in a couple of deflections and things, but it was all sort of meaningless at the end of it. As Woosnam downhill, good spin, left hand, under the rim. Hughes, again, misguided pass. Shillabeer pulls it, it's off right, didn't hit rim, there's a shot clock violation.
Adelaide coach thinks that hit the rim. I don't believe it did.
No, I don't think so either. Just the way it bounced back off.
I think Shillabeer knew she didn't hit the rim either. She was...
Cambert really not happy.
Reset. Wow.
He's not unhappy with the referee, should I say. He's just unhappy with something that he's seeing from his team. That's a sign of a good coach. You're up 11. You've been okay to start, and still not happy.
Sets high standards.
Yeah. And it's certainly evident in the way that Latrobe play.
Shot clock should reset to 14 here, I believe.
I've gone past that point.
Oh.
So, reset it to 11.
Very specific.
Yeah. Not too sure how that happened. The shot clock expired when the shot went up, but nonetheless, Woosnam inside again. Didn't quite get the roll. Rebound from Stafford. Once you get a bit of momentum, those buckets will start to drop, but Adelaide just lacking any sort of momentum at the moment. It's all with Latrobe, although they've stopped a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
new group on the floor just trying to set themselves in. As Holland fires a 3, top of the key. Adelaide retain possession.
Yeah, just off right, Hughes gets it on again, Woosnam. We'll get the screen down low. A good coverage from Bollins. She finds a way inside again. Bollins reached over the top, no foul.
I think Bollins got away with one there.
Stafford now. Back to Poulton. Just lost possession. Didn't really have possession. She tried to put it on the floor. But again, that's great hustle. Nearly gets a steal. Downhill, Witten. Probably could have had the M1. Gets it to drop. Now full court pressure from Adelaide, and there's a technical foul. And it's going, well, I believe it's going to go on Witten, who was adamant that that's a foul.
I think she was right there. She got hip checked going to the rim, and she finished, and she deserved the M1 there. But now Latrobe got a chance, and looks like Reed's just subbed in and taken the technical free throw straight away.
It's a nice feeling to be the one that just gets the tech free throws and comes straight off the bench. Knock it down. Seamless. Will stay out there. It's had a great shooting start to this game, and that's just disappointing for Adelaide. They were generating a little bit of momentum there. We just spoke about them not really having any of it, and then just it's a great bucket, and as we said, did deserve the foul call, but when you don't get it, you just have to put your head down. Easier said than done, easy from the commentary box, but it's just a disappointment for Adelaide. Witten did the hard work, then gave it up.
Reed open again.
Yeah, that one was a little bit deeper, a little bit short this time. And it'll be Latrobe ball off the deflection from the rebound.
You got to know the scout at this point, don't you? She's hit 3 of her 4 triples, and she's standing there wide open with a paddock in front of her. And again.
There it is, again a bit short. So she went 3 for 3, now 0 for 3 on her next 3. Shillabeer downhill, needs to finish, and does just.
Those are the ones that hurt. If you miss your 3 short, long rebound, gives an opportunity in transition. Great pressure here from Adelaide as they get the steal.
Witten over the top, couldn't quite get it to go.
They just have these opportunities where they can continue their run, and they just keep missing in the paint.
The Reed to He. Again for Bollins. Good hand in there that time from Montenegro. It's off a leg, and it's off a Latrobe leg, according to the ref.
There's a lot of times where they're making the right decision and giving it to Bollins, but the entry pass isn't from the right position. They're trying to throw it from too high at the top of the key, and I said it a lot last week. Get it to her on the block from the wing. That's great pressure here from He.
They're really making Woosnam work to just get the ball over the halfway line. Good fake from Hughes. A little bit long, way too long, in fact, on the floater, though. And now Latrobe can get out and run, and they will.
It's exactly what they want to do.
Marinkovic, a couple of fakes. Again, good hand from Witten. So it's just up and down at the moment, but we haven't really seen too many good looks. And there is one, and it's well finished.
Adelaide chipping away. They're chipping away. They're not going away.
It's back to 6, so 2 minutes to go in this half, or a little bit over, and Latrobe just lost their way a little bit. Bollins did well to actually catch that.
Cambert straight to the bench, bringing back Leeson.
Yeah, just get a bit of that
calm
seniority.
the troops down.
Yep, the leadership in there. Reed now, no space to operate this time. Finds Bollins. But again, being double teamed. So they're actually playing that defensively quite well, Adelaide, at the moment. Leeson will come in for Stafford.
Adelaide's ball pressure. See, once you start to generate good looks on offense, your defense picks up, and vice versa. If your defense is good, your offense will come.
8 on the shot clock here. Into Bollins. Takes the midi. Lovely. That's just a real simple execution from Latrobe. Hurts Adelaide.
Another shot clock issue here.
It has not started. The ref's picked up on it. So once again.
Another stoppage. And this hurts Adelaide a little bit as they've got a bit of momentum behind them here. They want to keep the ball moving. It's a good job there from Bollins just to calm the troops down with a mid-range jump shot, but I feel like Adelaide will live with that when she's outside of the paint.
Yep. Stay away from the fouls as well, down for her, as Sabine has checked in, as we do get the shot clock up and running again. So it's on 20, minute 55. Again, they find that backdoor play, and Witten with a bit of contact. If that's on Bollins, I think that might be her 3rd.
We'll see here soon from the score bench.
That's a real damaging statistic, and one that put on the line. Yeah.
She wanted to spot off a bit deep like she has been from the wing, but can't do that in the corner.
So Adelaide again just being allowed back in slightly.
And Adelaide looks like they're calling a timeout here. Crucial minute 30 heading into the half here for Adelaide. If they can get this back to a even a 1 or 2 possession game, I think they'll be happy with the first half.
Yeah, they've done well to steady the ship a little bit. They just needed to find something again once they lost their way. But yeah, now an opportunity for both sides' coaches just to have a chat about things, and it's a good time out for Adelaide. I think they just would like to, as you said, make the most of this minute 30. You get a couple of buckets, you can find your way in front. Only 6 points behind.
There was a stage there early in that second term, end of the first, where it looked like Latrobe were going to blow this game open, but Adelaide have done a really good job of limiting their turnovers. As soon as they stopped turning the ball over, then they were getting in the paint and getting good looks, and it's exactly what's got them back in this ball game.
Yeah, the biggest lead, Latrobe 13, so they were in front by quite a way, but yeah, they've just been held at bay just for the time being. They have generated a lot of shots, 36 in this half, 47% overall. They've 4 of 12 from downtown, only the 6-3 shot from Adelaide Uni. Of course, 1-1 they are. Latrobe 1-0. Just got away with a win last week against UTAS, 23-12. As the players will re-emerge from what was quite a lengthy time out in the end. Refs allowing plenty of time for coaches to talk about what they want to talk about. Cam Burt, Lockie Kopic, the two coaches.
So what they've drawn up here.
Yeah, you want to execute
crucial possession here for Adelaide.
We haven't seen a lot of sets from them.
Looks like Latrobe in a zone here, trying to throw them off a bit.
That's smart coaching from Cam Burt, and they really haven't found a way to get through. Little reach in from he.
It's a coach killer.
Yeah. 9 on the shot clock it was, so 14 to be reset. 1:14 to go in the first half here at Latrobe.
That's really good, really well coached there from Cam Burt. Knew that Adelaide were drawing up a play against a man and switches to a zone, and this zone is what got him back in the game last week.
Shillaby with a little bit of space to let one go. She did, knocked it down. So 3-point game, and then the full court press again comes. It's held up, and a foul. 3 of the Adelaide players in there.
They'll do well for Shillaby's confidence after those 6 turnovers. Knocking down that 3. Letting their coach know that I deserve to be on the floor.
Yep. The foul was called on Woosnam. Be her first. Latrobe again under pressure, the full court.
Back to a 1-possession game. Latrobe looking to get in transition.
Reed has Bollins with her, went herself. Bollins with the rebound, although it's tipped away. Reclaim possession. Trapped in the corner. Went with the inside pass. It's not on the same page. Reed looking for Bollins. Got the eyes darting.
Late in the shot clock here. Reed fires a 3.
It is a 3, and it didn't hit rim.
Intensity from Adelaide's really picked up here. 1-possession game. They got a chance to even tie it up with a 3 here.
It's been a disappointing end to the quarter for Latrobe, but it's been really good for Adelaide's confidence heading into the halftime break of potentially 2-for-1 opportunity if they want it.
Got to be smart here, Adelaide. Get a good
19
shot.
Difference. Looks like they're happy just to play the longer game. Inside goes Woosnam, and had to travel. Just couldn't plant that pivot foot.
Well, they end up getting the 2-for-1, but I don't think it's the way they wanted to.
So it's a 4-second differential between the shot and game clock. Latrobe possession. 3-point lead for the home side.
He copped a shot there in the stomach as she was walling up. I think she needs a sub. Holland's going to check back in.
Yeah, just a little one, just try and catch the breath back. Has the whole of half-time to do that, thankfully, but they probably like her out there, although Holland's the ample replacement.
Holding her wrist. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, she's been really important for Latrobe in this half. Found a way inside, but that's turned over by a replacement. Hollands down the other end. Montenegro has to finish. Just rolls it in. She's going to the bench, holding a finger in the end.
It's a 1-possession game. This has just turned on its head here in this second quarter.
6 to go in the half. 6 seconds, that is. Leeson doesn't really have a lot. Reed's going to have to pop one up. She does. Just gets it up. Off the glass, if you don't mind. That's a way to end the half. Finishes with 4 made threes. Started the game hot, 3 of 3. Missed the next 5 or 6. Knocks that one down right at the buzzer. And that's just a bit of a killer. It's a good momentum boost for Latrobe. 42-38 they are at half-time.
Bankers open on a Wednesday. Great job there from Reed. Adelaide would be very, very happy with the close of that half, though, but it was a good job there from Reed just to put a bit of a gap back in that scoreboard. Yeah,
it wasn't really the technique that you'd normally operate with on a jumper, but damn it looked pretty good, and it finished very well. 4 of 8 she finishes, 4 of 11 overall, 4 of 8 from 3, so she's going to take that at half-time despite starting 3 of 3, and Latrobe will take a 42-38 38 lead into the main break. We're going to have a little break here, and then we'll be back right away before the start of the second half here at the Latrobe women against the Adelaide Uni women. Welcome back here to Latrobe Sports Park. It is the second half of the doubleheader and the second half of the second game of the doubleheader. It's Latrobe women against the Adelaide Uni women. And my name's Harvey Constable, Zach Bazzina alongside me. Minutes ago before we tip off again, Zach, 4-point lead for the home side. What do you think? Do you think they'll be happy with that, or do you think they probably should have led by more?
I think they'll be disappointed. There was a big opportunity there when the game hit double figures where they could have pushed it to try and get to that 20-point margin, but I feel like Adelaide did a really, really good job of weathering the storm, and now they're going. They basically had it at a 1-point game until some heroics from Reed at the end of the second quarter, but I feel like Latrobe will be looking to extend a lead, and obviously Adelaide are happy with how they finished that quarter and looking to build on it.
Yeah, Adelaide 48.5% from the field, Latrobe 46. It's 35 from downtown for Latrobe, 42 for Adelaide, so only the 7 3-point shots that Adelaide took compared to Latrobe's 14. But it was Jade Reid in that first half, knocked down the first 3 threes straight, and then, as we said, just banked that last one in at the hooter right at the end of the half. She was the spark for Latrobe, but is there anyone else that you'd like to see a bit more from, or that you liked at least in the first half?
Yeah, I feel like Leeson was still really good in her role. Like I don't think she had as many points as she had last week. She had 9.
Yep.
She had 9 points, but I feel like her impact, especially on the defensive end as well, with a lot of pressure. And I also really liked his impact off the bench, and I'm hoping that we learned it was a dislocated finger when she came out near the end of that second quarter, but she looks like she's good to go for the start of the third, and hopefully she can check in and make an impact again.
Sideline reporter Geordie Mole saying it, she walked straight past him and the finger was sideways basically, and someone just went and popped her back in, and she is on the bench, seemingly ready to resume as if nothing has happened. Again, we're a little bit delayed with kick-starting proceedings in the second half. I don't know what all of these delays have been about today. It's just been a day of delays, unfortunately. We've had a few shot clock issues as well, which have carried over into the women's game. It is frustrating when you're out there, you've had a couple of shots again after coming out from the locker room, and then you have to stand around, do nothing, twiddle your thumbs, but we are underway. Latrobe looking to extend their 4-point, it is a 4-point lead, as we said. Again, Jada Reid straight out of the half. Bang. There you go, Zach Bazzina. 5 now for her.
I thought at half time the scout would be don't leave number 4 open, and she gets a wide open look from 3 and hits nothing but the bottom of the net again.
Otto's pass deflected. Reid again.
Pull it.
Yeah, she's going to, you would have thought so. No, she thinks about it. Does the team thing this time. Hollands. And now for Stafford, the shot. A little bit short. Rebound for Shillabeer, who had 5 turnovers in the first half. Half to forget for her. She actually started quite well. Otto, clearly not a shooter. She's been open a lot in this game, but just has refused to pull the trigger. Looking for a better shot. And now it's on to Montenegro. Boland stays straight. Dishes out. There's not a lot of space. It's been good defense from Latrobe. Once again, Shillabeer. She has to pull it. Again, it's off right. Boland's with the rebound. Reid.
Good start to this third quarter here from Latrobe. Great pressure defense, and the 3 from Reid as she goes with the left hand to the rim. Kicks it back out to Bolins. Bolins fires a 3, top of the key. Bang! Great start from Latrobe. 2 threes in a row as Adelaide look to push back in transition.
It's with Otto now, just refusing to shoot the ball. Fair enough. Pass first point. There's quite a few of them around. Shillabeer inside. Nice little 1-2. Good finish underneath as well. That'll put a smile on her face after a mixed first half, we'll say. Hollands down the court for Latrobe. Goes baseline, bounced it off her foot. Got a little bit lucky. Back to Bolins. Great feed inside. Leeson ripped away from her by Otto. Good defense. 8-point lead for Latrobe. They have opened it out, but they've got numbers. Good 1-2.
Great pass.
Yeah, really good. She just almost was pleading with her teammate to run back and get into that hole, and did.
Good job here from Adelaide just to holster that momentum. 2 threes in a row usually can be a bit of a killer to start a third quarter.
It's Claire Hunter, the number 3 for Adelaide Uni. Now with Reid, there's a lot of
ball pressure now on Reid.
A lot of pressure on her, but she finds a way inside. Contact, going to the line. Witten this time keeps her mouth shut. She couldn't quite do that in the first half and had a case for it, let's be fair. So that time, I think probably would have had a word to herself. Just keep it to herself, and Reid again to the line. Started 3 of 3, as we said. Knocked down the first shot of this half as well. Straight out the first possession. Up to 17 points now with that first made free throw.
It's exactly what she's going to get now. If they start to overplay that 3-point shot, pump fake, drive, exactly what she did, and draw the foul.
She goes 2 from 2 as well. So still flying high with confidence as Otto comes down the other end for Adelaide. Hunter once more. The 3-4-5 combined. Here is Witten, the 4. Just couldn't quite get it to drop. And it's off hands and out for Hollins. 1-on-1. Got a lot of contact. Heard the slap from down here. And there might have been a bit of contact as well. Knee on knee, perhaps. Shillabeer involved in that. It'll be a foul on the base.
Could have used some of the Latrobe girls' knee pads there.
Yeah.
Brace the impact.
There's a few of them that have almost a full leg sleeve. There's Hollins again. Have the inbounding duties. Good tip. Felt that was just drawn up straight for Reed to just pull another 3. That was a good tip from Adelaide. They delay proceedings just a little bit. 8 points they trail by.
I feel like Reed has the ultimate green light right now. If she gets any inch of space, I think she has the go to just let it fly.
She will do the inbounding here. Don't draw out the 1-2. Boland's thought about it, went to the rim. Size advantage, lovely. Off the glass. That's beautifully drawn up and beautifully executed.
The big man moving like a guard there. Great job by Boland's faking the handoff and getting to the rim with her right hand. Bit of a zone here again from Latrobe.
Yeah, it's unsettled Adelaide in the first half when they went into it after they'd drawn up something out of the timeout. But this is what happens. You leave shots open. She'll be a little bit short. Hollins again. Tracked by Shillabeer.
Canberra will be happy with early 3-point shots with the zone. That's exactly what they want to do.
Hollins walked and should be penalised for it. It's a 10-point margin now. Not quite the biggest of the game.
See if Adelaide can respond here. They've been a bit in their shell to start this third quarter.
Otto this time does pull the trigger. Was well off, wasn't balanced, and it'll be Latrobe ball off hands.
I think he might have been onto something that they were leaving her open for a reason. I think maybe the scout is she's better getting downhill as she comes to take a spell here to start this third.
Stafford back in for Latrobe as well. As they'll bring the ball back up again. They've just sort of picked up from where they left off, but the shots have started dropping. Reed put her head down, didn't quite get to the rim as far as she would have liked. Shillabeer.
She was wide open there. She could have let that thing go.
Gets it up to Woosnam and we'll go back to Shillabeer, who pulls it again. Again, it's a little bit short.
She's not afraid to shoot the thing, Shillabeer.
Has the confidence, fair enough. Pull the trigger, like to see it. But the shot's just not dropping for Adelaide at the moment. That's kind of been the story for them. Haven't had as many as Latrobe, but haven't had as many go in, of course, either. Leeson looking for Bollins, who's 1-on-1 down low. Sort of being tackled, but the pass was well off the target. Woosnam downhill. Hand on the ball from Hollins. Well defended in the end from Latrobe, scrambling back.
Good active hands there from Latrobe, not getting too handsy to commit a foul, but Adelaide get a chance to reset here.
So we'll get the inbound from the base. Not always the easiest place to find the right pass, particularly with the Latrobe's defensive coverage that they've found so far in moments during this game. Back to the player-on-player defence as doesn't quite get the roll for Scarlett Miles. Leeson, that was quite the risky pass to Reed.
Bollins again.
Yeah, from a deep position in the inside the paint, or inside the arc rather. Couldn't quite get it to drop. Shillabeer down low, so they're trying to employ a bit of Latrobe's offence against them, and it's worked that way for Adelaide. It was Montenegro cleaning up the miss.
Offensive rebounding is a killer. It can really help Adelaide get back in this game. They've just cut it back into single figures. Let's see if they go stop.
Hollins down to Bollins, so they're really just employing her down on the elbow. Just trying to be that sort of pivot point, really, that they can go off. You can pretty much go from anywhere. As the shot clock winds down for Reed. Steps back into another 3. A little bit off this time. Bollins fights for the offensive rebound, as you say, to Stafford. And that's 1 for each so far in back-to-back possessions. Offensive rebounds. The killers, as Zach Bazzina mentioned a moment ago. Woosnam again downhill. Fights away inside. Couldn't get the finish. Leeson the other way. Game starting to speed up a little bit. End-to-end, Leeson. Big hezzy. And she put a hand too far underneath the ball.
I don't know about that call. She's trying to just play downhill. I don't know if she really put her hand under the ball there, but the ref thought otherwise.
It's 2 we've seen in this game. Geordie said there was a inbound violation for having 2 players guard the inbound last week. There was plenty of just weird happenings in the UBL. That's why you should tune in and watch it. It's a great standard, but weird and wacky things tend to happen for whatever reason. Witten, it's been pretty good for Adelaide. Went for the wraparound, a bit blind. It meant that Reed took possession. Lovely feed. into Leeson. Quite a bit of contact there, and no foul called.
Wow, Cambert has exploded here. He thought that was a foul. I did too. But then again, he ran into the wall of Bollins there. Couldn't see around her, couldn't make that pass, and great job by Latrobe to get in transition.
So he back on the floor with that fixed up pinky. See how she goes. Slaps her hand pretty firmly on the ball. Thinks she's all right. Get it into Carr. Now to Bollins again, just using this as the pivot point from the elbow, and she's got the green light to pull that straight away. Turns around, knocks it down.
She doesn't really see the defender. She's just bigger than them, and she can just shoot over the top. Back in the zone, it looks like, or maybe it's a man. Looks like a man.
So an opportunity for Adelaide. They need to get some score of their own on the board. They do go inside. Quick little jumper was good from Miles that time. The left hand not so strong, but the little inside the paint jumper with a dominant hand was better. Leeson gets around, gets inside. Beautifully done. Just weaves through the defence, left hand finish.
Did that multiple times last week. Was able to get into her left hand and finish nice and soft off the glass, and she's just done it again.
Again, in the passing lane, Latrobe. They turn it over once more, Adelaide. Falling into their old habits. Reed with the numbers, slows it up.
Thought she was going to pull it.
Yeah, she's definitely thinking about it. She's got the licence. Off hands, Latrobe keep possession. Be 16 on the shot clock. 3:53 left in this third quarter. Latrobe 58, Adelaide 46. The game slipping away from the away side here.
Great minutes again there from Reed and Bollins as they take a seat.
Yeah, Bollins has just been pivotal. She has been not really the focal point, but she's just been the link in the chain for Latrobe. Finishing off the work when she needs to. Leeson inside. Back to outside. Marinkovic. Back to Leeson. Pass wasn't really on. Now 8 seconds on the shot clock as Latrobe get possession again. So what can they conjure up out of this? Not a lot of time, but enough. Lovely spin. Left hand hook. No good. Rebounded by Adelaide. But again, they throw it away. That time Scarlett Miles. Just a misdirected pass. It was a simple one too.
They're summoning her in a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with that left sky hook.
She'll look to grab it off the inbound again, but Poulton, they forgot about her on the back door. And she's been called to go to the free throw line. The foul will be on Alice Sabine.
Good job there from Marinkovic to be aware of Poulton faking that and getting back into the paint. She goes to the line for 2.
So Lana Poulton, as we said, with the double leg sleeves. The old school fit, really. Old school arc as well, but not quite able to get it to drop. So far in this one, just the 2 points, but only had the 4 shots. But it just does the little things well. She knocks down the second one, and there is a timeout for Adelaide. 3:37 left in the third quarter, down by 13 points. A chance for them to reset. A chance for their coaching staff and Lockie Kopic leading the charge there to have a word to his team. And what are they seeking out in this last 3 minutes 37 of the third quarter, Zach? We saw it at the end of the second quarter, that they kind of went on a little bit of a run. They got the momentum, then the tech foul came, but it kind of didn't affect them, thankfully, too much for their sake. But 3 minutes 37, there's still a lot of game time to go in this third quarter. They're only down by 12 points, or 13 now. What do you think they're saying at the break?
I feel like their offense has been a bit sloppy again. They've gone through patches where it's sloppy, and then they play really good for a stretch, and then they just fall asleep again. I feel like in any league, and especially a league like this, you've got to be consistent for 4 quarters if you're going to win a game of basketball, and Adelaide haven't really done that so far, but look, there's still a quarter and a bit to go, and they definitely have a chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, they've shot 44% from the field. That's not too bad. 3 of 11 from downtown. They've given up too many threes. 7 of 17 for Latrobe, and that's hurt them. That 4-3 difference is the 12 points, plus the 1 there for the free throw. That's the difference between the two teams at the moment. But it's better than their last game, Adelaide. The 13 of 56 is pretty average reading for them. They'll be quite a bit happier with this. What have they drawn up out of the timeout? Woos them. Weaves away inside. Lovely. And 1. Or is it offensive? No.
She got away with a hook there.
Yeah.
I felt like she wrapped her arm around Poulton there, but she gets the M1 to go, and maybe this is a bit of a spark here for Adelaide.
Officials Jet, Jaden and Samantha for this one. This could be the start of the run perhaps for Adelaide, dare I say, although the free throw's missed, but the offensive rebound is also missed. Carr rips it away. Downhill. Just almost lost possession. Now Poulton again inside. Couldn't quite. Forced to Witten. Opportunity for Adelaide to go down the other end again.
Big possession here from Adelaide. Get it back into single figures with a bucket here.
Now Witten, 2-player game, and it's an offensive foul being called.
Every time they need a timely bucket, it just looks like they're turning the ball over or missing a shot. They need to just, if they can get it under 10, then it's just a bit of a mental change up because you feel like you're closer.
Coach Cam Burt just heard him from the bench a moment ago. He's just told his team to just get into their sets late in the piece in this third quarter. They've been doing what's been working for them at the moment. Leeson found the space off the set, and there you go. Smacked on the arm. You get a couple of free throws, I would have thought. Although it might have been in the action of passing almost, but she will get 2.
Leeson there summoning her Bollins down on the low block. Does a good job with the shimmy and get to the right hand, and now she goes to the line for 2.
It's just kind of in that red zone for Trobe that they've managed to exploit quite often on offense. Is just finding a player down low, just in and around the key. Just able, as we've said a couple of times, to just pivot off that, you pass, you score. Misses the first. 11-point ball game. Got to secure the rebound if this is a miss to Adelaide. And they don't. It's just a coach killer again. Leeson will get a second opportunity. Couldn't quite get it to go. And they do end up with the ball this time, Adelaide. Gray that time with the rebound.
Still a chance to cut into single figures here, Adelaide. Just got to be patient.
It's the full court press from Latrobe. They've got a bit of space now. Just trying to grab the ball under her control. Well done. In the end, did Alice Sabine. Gets the left-hand layup to go. Into single figures again.
Got to get back in transition.
It was nearly a layup for Latrobe. And jump ball. Quick whistle. Latrobe get away with one. They do. In fact, the arrow was going... No, sorry. The arrow is going Adelaide's way.
Feel like Adelaide is starting to get a little bit of momentum here to end this quarter. If they get another bucket here, put the pressure back on Latrobe.
Again, Latrobe have gone with the pressure up the court, like it. It's just thrown Adelaide off a couple of times. Vice versa as well. Woosnam. Sabine. They just need a little bit of movement again. Just passing the ball around the arc. There is the movement. Could have had a case for a foul perhaps as Leeson comes back the other way for Latrobe.
Good job by Leeson here, just bringing the ball back out, reset, try to get through a play.
They've got the scoreboard on their side. They've got time on their side as well. 10 on the shot clock.
Look for Leeson to get to the rim here.
He's looking to find space. Drags back, steps back. It was way off. Did hit rim though. And then, well, it didn't matter. I thought the shot clock was going to reset. It did. But in the end, flicking it up with Sarah Carr. Nicely done.
She's got a couple of good rebounds here, Carr. She's really starting to make her presence felt down low.
Latrobe making plenty of noise on the bench as well. It's
back in the zone.
Yeah, they've really done that well, Latrobe. They've just gone in and out of their defensive sets.
Nearly out of bounds there.
Nearly was. Witten, and then she threw it away. It's kept in the half. Only 4 on the shot clock, though. Downhill, Sabine has to pull up. Carr got something on that. Bolton rebound.
Carr again, making her presence felt wherever she is on the floor.
Bolton, head of steam. Kicks to the corner. The shot comes, and the shot falls. Once again, Latrobe making Adelaide pay. Amelia Marinkovic. They have to focus on defense down the other end. They do, again, pass a little bit wayward.
This zone is really causing troubles here for Adelaide. The passes are all over the place.
Off the foot of Woosnam. Falls kindly for Witten.
Carr again.
Block in a row. There you go. Off to Polton. Deja vu. Give it out to Leeson. They got numbers.
Could be deja vu again. Marinkovic 3.
It's 2 for 1. Marinkovic thought about it. Just waits. Polton now. She doesn't even think about it. She just pulls it. Again, short. Carr. That's a lazy rebound, or lack of rebound for Adelaide. Now get a second opportunity. Still a 2 for 1 chance.
Clock error, and he's standing wide open on the left wing. But again, Carr just making her presence felt down low.
So I believe the shot clock had to be reset back to 14 there once the ball hit the rim. It pretty much was 14 anyway, dare I say. That's why Coach Cambert's got his arms out and he can't believe it.
I was about to say, Cambert was not happy with that at all.
And it's now going to, come back to probably 14 or 13 seconds. And he's charged down Cambert. Claudia He to inbound the ball. It is going to be stopped at 9. We had to reset it all the way to 24 to count all the way back down to 9, even though it was already an 11. Strange things happening here. But He, off the inbound, used their body well, finishes at the rim.
Put her in the weight room. Great job there from He. With the opposite hand too, flipped it up and in.
If you don't mind. So now, not really a differential between the shot clock and game clock. They will, I was going to say they're going to get the last shot. They don't need the last shot. Woosnam knocks down an important 3.
Much needed bucket there from Adelaide. 13
points. So He down the other end. 7 seconds. Kicks to the corner again. Marinkovic for a second in the row in the corner. Not quite. Rolls out. And that is the end of the third quarter. So one that Latrobe certainly won, but Adelaide, that was a really late three and a really important time for it to come. Woosnam, well, as I was going to say they're going to have the last shot. Didn't need it in the end. Woosnam knocks down an important three to cut the margin to 13 points. Zach Bazina, what do you think? Well, I would ask you what Adelaide might be saying, but up 13 here, Latrobe. Chance to close out the game. What do you think that Coach Cam and the team would be saying inside that huddle?
Well, this is the complete opposite scenario that they had last week. Last week they were down, I believe, 8 or 10 points going into that last quarter and had to come from behind. Now you've got to play with a lead. It's a completely different play style. You've got to be more patient on offense, try to get good looks, and then obviously keep your defensive pressure up because that's obviously going to win you the game. But I feel like Adelaide, if they're going to get back into this game and start to chip away, they've got to speed the tempo up of the game. I feel like if they slow it down, it's going to play into Latrobe's hands. I feel like that's exactly what Coach will be saying here at this break.
Yeah, they do have destiny in their hands to Latrobe. Jada Reid up to 18 points. She is the leading scorer. Bolins with 15. And then there's actually 4 players in double digits for Adelaide, which is not a bad reading, but it's everywhere else. So the next highest is 4 outside of that. So they just haven't quite had the scoring depth where only one player hasn't scored in Anastasia Gack for Latrobe, but only 2 of them in double digits. But they haven't really needed multiple to be in. They've just had scoring avenues everywhere. It's really worked to their advantage.
18 turnovers also doesn't help from Adelaide. Latrobe with 14 as well, which is still a pretty high number, but that 18, I think, is a bit of a killer, especially with Latrobe capitalising more on the turnovers than Adelaide have been.
And so many of them have just been unforced bad passes too. It's not exactly always been Latrobe's pressure defensively, which is almost a more frustrating thing for Adelaide, is they've been their own worst enemy at times, as you said, during that quarter. Every time you feel they need a basket and they have an opportunity to get one, they just somehow muck it up. But they do have 10 minutes here to try and put things right, down 13. As Zach said, Latrobe had to come from behind last week. Now they are holding on to a lead. Totally different kettle of fish. Can they do it? They've been good so far. 66 points after 3 quarters. Good effort. It's he. Bit of pressure from Adelaide. You expect to see quite a bit of defensive ball pressure in this quarter to start with. They haven't really employed a zone too much at all in this game.
I think Latrobe's shooting's a bit too strong for them to run a zone.
So he now, again, under pressure, finds Carr. Big mismatch here. Still has 2 on her, but has the height advantage on Otto. Got the shot up, and it's bounced off Otto.
It's unlucky there from Adelaide. I felt like they had a good defensive possession there, but nothing hurts more than giving up a loose ball or offensive rebound, and now Latrobe get another chance with 14 on the clock.
Marinkovic to inbound. Had a chance late to knock down another 3. The ref's just going to have a consultation here, perhaps with what the shot clock should read. And they just want to add 1 second on the shot clock here, Zach, so we're going to have to go to...
What? Carr shot a left-handed hook shot that clearly hit rim.
Yeah.
The girls are baffled on the bench, and Coach Burt is also baffled.
So they didn't want to add 1 second. I think, I'm not sure he said, can we add 1 second? I think, yeah, can we have 1 second on the clock?
1 second on the shot clock, which is...
But you're right, the shot clearly hit the rim. So that's baffling, to be honest, but...
It clearly hit the rim, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. There's 3 referees out there, and clearly none of them saw it clearly bounce off the rim. So there is 1 second on the shot clock. It's going to be a low-down play for Carr. They're just setting the lane. Here she comes down. Although Polton, again, they forgot about her. She got the look, didn't quite execute. Great play, though, from Latrobe. That was just a missed opportunity.
Would have been an example of ball do not lie there, but Latrobe could not get the bunny to go.
Now a chance for Adelaide down the other end. Good defense from Carr. Again, offensive rebound. Not once but twice for Adelaide. Well done, Montenegro. Hughes passed down the shot. Otto, she doesn't this time. It's a long 2. It's off. A good box from Carr as well. Now Reid down the other end. Weaves her way through the traffic. Slows it up. Polton thought about it. Nearly got a opponent's ankle broken just about.
Dropped her to the floor. It was a pump fake. It wasn't even a dribble move.
That's why I was slightly confused. They don't often get done on a pump fake, but she managed to get her opponent and finds a way to the rim. Now on defense for her. Good kick to the corner, Woosnam. Been the notable shooter for Adelaide from downtown in this game. Good rebound, Montenegro again. Giving themselves opportunities, Adelaide. They've just got to finish. Woosnam can't quite. Carr again. They crash the glass to Adelaide. And that is out of bounds. just ran out of room there, Marinkovic. She tried to burst away.
Carr's presence with Bolins off the floor has been unbelievable. Every time they're trying to get in the paint, she'd have 2 or 3 blocks by now, and she's just, even with the rebounding, she's just been dominant in her minutes.
Yeah, it's a real weapon again for Latrobe to have. They've just got a bit of extra height than Adelaide. And
here she goes again, walling up.
It's all good to have high. She went for another block.
Nearly got it too.
Polton under pressure. Calm under pressure is Alana Polton. It's been the key theme in her game. Now Reed, bit of a size advantage on Otto. Lovely, just rolls it in beautifully. She's had quite the game, up to 20 points now.
She's starting to play really smart now, knowing that they're going to overplay her jump shot, and does a really good job to get to her right hand. Back in the zone again.
Yeah.
And another turnover from Adelaide. It's a killer.
It's really causing them problems. Now he, down the other end. Coach Cam tells him to push.
Extra.
Marinkovic, yep, knows the extra pass. Reed knocks it down again. 6 threes for her, 6 of 11. Lovely extra pass from Marinkovic. Just knows, as we said before, they know when players are hot. Feed the hot hand. Now Hughes somehow got it off glass. Carr is going to receive foul on her, in fact.
No, it's on 20. 20 from Adelaide.
Yeah. So it is Latrobe ball.
Just fine Reed.
Yeah.
And it looks like timeout here from Adelaide.
Yeah, probably much needed. Now down by 20 points. Latrobe having a bit of fun out there. I love that extra pass from Marinkovic. You get the updated stats here. I think that's 23 points if I'm not mistaken.
6 triples from Reed, I believe.
Yeah. It's just been the bulk of her scoring, and it's really hurt the chances of Adelaide. She's only shot 1 from 5 from inside, but outside 6 of 11. Fantastic. 3 from 3 from the line as well. 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal. Doing it all. Plus minus of 13. There's some great plus minuses out there. Marinkovic plus 18. Leeson plus 18. He plus 17. Holland is plus 10. Carr is plus 18. So you mentioned Carr as well, plus 18. A lot of that is probably down to her defense at the moment. She's just not allowing shots to get up. She's had a couple of blocks, 8 rebounds, 3 of them offensive. It's just been a real complete performance so far this from Latrobe.
Yeah, if you Reed, you'll take 1 of 5 from 2, because 3 is worth more than 2.
That's
6
right.
of 11 from 3s. Elite shooting it at an elite clip right now. We'll see if Latrobe can get her another look.
So we're nearly 2.5 through this final quarter, and Adelaide are yet to score. Stuck on their 53 that they were on at 3/4 time. So they are quickly fading out of this game. And Latrobe are really making them pay. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. They've had all the avenues today, Latrobe. Holland's back into the game. Or Holland, rather. Reed finds it over to Polton. That's beautifully done. Latrobe again with Carr with the finish. I don't know if that was drawn up, Zach, but that was quite something.
That is exactly how you break a press. No dribbling, just straight passes. Great job there from Carr to finish.
And good pressure again on defense from Latrobe. Marinkovic in the lane, knocks it out.
Probably could have grabbed that one there.
It's a great read.
This zone is just causing so much trouble.
Yeah, it's something for Adelaide to look at, training-wise, is how they're going to break down a zone, especially one that's as tightly knit as this Latrobe one. They're all on the same page of where they need to be. Adelaide really unable to find space. There's a little bit for Shillabia. Gets the open look and knocks it down from 3. That's her 3rd from downtown in this game.
That seems to be the spot. They're getting their looks from the corner in this zone, but Latrobe again pushing in transition, and easy as you like there from Bolton again. Another 2-point basket in transition. This game's really starting to speed up.
Shillabia again for back-to-back. Yes, sir. Knocks it down. Timeout for Latrobe this time. So it's just all of a sudden gone up a gear. And it's an 18-point game. So Adelaide, I mean, there's still 6:47 to go, but they probably haven't shown just enough to quite be still in with a big chance. But there's a chance nonetheless, particularly in modern basketball, as we've said a couple of times. So throw the question again. What do they have to do? What are they saying in that huddle, down 18? Is it a free hit in this situation, or do they just sort of, well, I guess it's a thing of, would you rather lose by 30, or would you rather try and come back, risk winning and lose by 30, or just sort of fall over the finish line?
Yeah, there's really nothing for Adelaide to lose at this point. Like, they can just, I reckon that's exactly what the coach is saying here. Just, especially if they stay in this zone, like, 3s are what's going to get you back in the game. So I feel like maybe Cam Bird's going to go back into a man here. And just try and limit those 3-point shots, because that's what's going to get you straight back into a game. Is, as we said before, 3's worth more than 2. So you make more 3-pointers, your chance of getting in the game, back in the game, are highly likely. But we'll see if Adelaide can try and chip away here and to get to this midpoint of this 4th quarter.
Shillabia up to 18 points herself as well for Adelaide Uni. 4 of 9 from downtown, so...
Great response from her after the tough start.
Not quite matching Reed, and they have to force it over the line, and they do again. They break the press with just some passing, Latrobe, but there is the miss.
That's exactly what Adelaide wants to do. They want Latrobe to speed up.
They nearly threw it away again, though. Downhill's Montenegro finds the layup.
It's exactly what the press is designed to do, make Latrobe speed up.
And that's what's happening. They've got the trap, but again, Latrobe find the extra. They've been good at that. They've managed to find the extra numbers. Marinkovic will pull another three. That would have hurt.
It's speeding the game up. They're getting decent looks, but it's speeding them up and it's giving Adelaide a chance.
Again, they nearly threw it away, Adelaide. Shillabia will look for her 5th three and knock it down. Same spot, delivers again.
I said it. They're speeding the game up. It's back to 13 here, just like that. Good job here from Leeson, just settling the troops.
Yeah, it's good leadership. They just need to find another set here. Reed, maybe going to be the target. Go to the other side. Marinkovic not afraid to pull it from distance as well. Shot clock winding down. Marinkovic found the space inside. It's just a missed rotation. There was no one down there helping. She gets a free open layup.
Great patience there from Marinkovic. Just went to the rim and seemed like no one wanted to step up in front. Good finish.
Shillabia, she's looking for it on the wing. We'll go the extra pass this time to Hughes for another three for Adelaide. A little bit long that time. That would have made things interesting. Still 5.5 to go. Carr down the other end to Reed. She thinks about it. She pulls. Oh, doesn't quite knock it down.
Every part of the iron there just could not find the bottom of the net.
Shillabia. Inside again. Well done by Leeson to get a hand in. Affected it. Good drive. Almost to finish from Miles. And again, Latrobe can get out and run. Reed looking for it. She might think about it again. She does. Pump fakes this time. Finds a way inside. Not quite with the finish. Unlucky again. Couple of unlucky ones for both sides.
It's good patience though from Reed. Didn't settle for the jump shot, but unable to get the right hand layup to go.
Good 1-2. Great block again from Carr. 3rd of the game. Just a late. Got there late. Did really well. Timed it to perfection.
Absolute presence down there, Carr. I've just been harping on it all this whole second half. She's been so influential.
They haven't needed Bollins. They haven't missed her since she's been on the bench. She's been on the bench for quite a while, but I think Cam is happy to leave Carr out there. She's doing such a great job. 6 on the shot clock here for Reed. Again, pulls. Oh, not quite once more. And they do just reel in the rebound, Adelaide. 15 points, 4 and change to go. Shillabia.
I feel like Shillabia's got to be the head of the snake here. Great pass.
Oh, Hughes nearly had an open layup there. Ben Simmons style passed it up. Somehow they keep it inside their half.
What is going on?
It's just chaos ball. Shillabia again gets a good look, misses. Now, Latrobe happy to take their time. Time is on their side.
Cambert trying to take the air out of the game here, telling Reed to settle down.
Now it's with Leeson. Good hands to have it in at this stage. The possession at this stage of the game does find Reed. 6 on the shot clock again. Reed again. Overplaying the jumper. Finds a way inside. Again couldn't get it, but Carr is there to finish it. Sarah Carr, what a game she's had, Zach.
Yeah, she's been dominant really in the second half. Like Bollins was really good in her minutes, but Carr has just been so influential, mainly on the defensive end, but she's just making timely plays on offense as well. As Shillabia fires another 3. Nothing but air there.
Yeah, it was a little bit rushed that time as big changes for both teams. 4 for Adelaide, 3 for Latrobe.
It looks like Adelaide. I don't know if they're throwing the towel in here, but subbing out a bunch of their main guys.
Yeah, trying to inject a little bit of energy, but also, as you say, maybe a slight waving of the flag, but full court pressure is still on, so they still believe. Maybe just getting their defensive operators out there. It's Holland. Has to deal off the defenders. Did well to get all the way to the rim and then got a foul call late. Did really well.
Bit of a penguin slide there as she drew the foul, but good patience there. Felt the girl on her hip, went straight to the rim, and now she goes to the line for 2.
It's been Reed, as we said, for Latrobe. 23 for her. Bollins with the 15 points, but has only played 17.5 minutes. It's been Sarah Carr with nearly 17 minutes now. 4 or 5 from the field. 9 rebounds. 8 points, plus minus of 15. 3 blocks, as we said as well. So it's been fantastic in the absence. First one was missed by Holland. Splits them at the line. So just extends that margin out to 18 points now. 3 minutes to go. Expect Adelaide just quick shots in the possession here. You still got to get good looks though. Just want to force them, Woosnam. They will get a good look with Otto. Steps inside for a 2. Nice finish. That's the first shot she's made today. Seen a lack of a confidence from her perhaps, but has the ability obviously. And again, Latrobe looking to get through the press with a couple of passes.
Done a way better
Back out there.
job in the second half of settling down in this press and just trying to run their sets and be patient.
Really limited their turnovers. He now looking inside for Bollins. The coverage came late for Adelaide. Now Witten passed it through. And the finish not quite good. It's going to work though. She was out of bounds when she did get that Otto. And she gets a little bit lucky as a recipient. Makes another midi, 2 in a row.
I'm shocked she just jumped from out of bounds.
She did. Marinkovic now slows it back to Holland. Time really on their side, so it's on Adelaide here to press now, putting the ball pressure on. Shots don't have to go up until late for Latrobe. Again, you still got to find the shot. You still got to find a good one. He now gets the screen from Bollins. A pick and roll action. Finds a space herself. Uses a strong hand. That is glorious.
Timeout Adelaide. That was a beautiful left-handed finish. And as we've discovered, she is a lefty, so it was a nice left-hand finish off the glass. And it looks like this game could be getting a bit far away from Adelaide with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was really just a bit of a dagger. Just weaved through the entire defence. It was a good pick as well from Bollins. I thought the wraparound pass was coming, but she fooled myself. She fooled everyone on the court as well. And finished through a bit of contact, mind you. So Latrobe now, just a bit of consolidation. 16-point leaders with a little under 2 minutes to go. It's been a great performance for them. They will continue on their way. They got Curtin away. That's in Perth.
Yeah,
and then
we should have 2 games in Perth.
Yeah,
yep.
So I don't know if they're going to stay over there, come home, or what's going on, but 2 games over there, then the bye, then they got a Victorian doubleheader, Melbourne Uni away, and then VU back at home, both in round 5. So it's going to be a while between drinks before they're back here, but it's been a pretty successful day for both the men's and the women's sides. In the UBL, of course, as we said, the women's champs LTU in 22 and 23. The men's were the champions last year. The ones to beat this year retained a lot of the same players and then added some guys like yourself, Zach. It's a really good mix that the men have found, I think.
Yeah, no, we've got a really connected group, and we're only going to become stronger as the season goes on. I feel like that's the same with the girls as well.
Yeah, they are really. They seem in sync, to be honest. Latrobe, and they've just been more in sync than Adelaide. A couple of times just thrown the ball away when their teammates weren't looking, just threw the ball out of bounds, expecting a teammate to be there when they weren't. Now Witten into Otto. They pretty much need a miracle. Witten was open in the corner. She will get a good look, and not quite. Unlucky. Is in there is Anastasia Gack. Got a good board. Rips it in, but unfortunately it's out for an Adelaide ball. Minute 50. 14 on the shot clock for Adelaide. It's quite a long way behind the baseline there, Witten. He's behind the red line, and that actually made the pass more difficult for her. It was tipped away. They're just looking straight away, I think, for a 3 here. That's what they need. Otto is the eventual recipient of it. Deep in the shot clock. Went for the pass again. Almost have their pocket
bit of a
pick.
circus right now.
Yeah, it's fantastic from Latrobe. Good hand in the end from Schillerbeer, who then sort of inadvertently just ran into Poulter there and be a foul on the floor. Baseline ball.
Cambert urging the team to settle down there, and Polton gets shoulder charged, really. Now Latrobe get a full shot clock to reset. Oh, never mind.
They need to.
I don't think they know what's going on.
They've reclassified who the foul's on, I think, and then they want 24 on the shot clock. Or maybe a little bit less.
Maybe one again.
Yeah. Well, the ball didn't hit the rim this time.
Shot clock at 19.
Thought it did. Yep, 19 it ends at. Gack inside for Leeson. Trapped in the corner, want to get it out of there, but finds her way, wriggles into the rim. Couldn't quite get the finish. Fights half of the O-board and then forces a turnover. Again, it's an unforced error from Adelaide. That has really... It's ironic that that's come again, because that has been their unfortunate downfall today for them. Just far too many turnovers.
They've been nearly up to 20 turnovers now. Yeah, that was their 20th turnover. There we go.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing day for them. They will slip to 1 and 2 now. They had 24 turnovers in their win against the Uni of Newcastle as well. So even when they're winning games, they're obviously turning the ball over. And Latrobe, speaking of that, do it at the other end. Witten, 1-2 with Schillerbeer. Open midi, it's good. Inside the key even. Again, the pressure comes from
Adelaide. They're not giving up here, Adelaide. They're really competing still.
You like to see it. Polton again finds it. Leeson on, and Gack gets her first bucket of the game. And another timeout for Adelaide. 15 points. You need, I don't know if there's any Tracy McGrady types in the Adelaide team, because that's what we're looking at here, Zach.
Yeah, you might need to give him a call, honestly. That's the only way that I reckon they could pull this off. But Latrobe's done a good job of just steadying the ship in the fourth quarter and maintaining their lead. And looks like they're going to come out with their second win of the season.
Yeah, they'll move to 2-0, so it's a good step forward again for them. They have done it the opposite way, as we said, heading into the quarter. They had to come from behind last week, but now they're holding on to a lead, and they've actually managed to extend the lead from 13 to 16, where we stand now. It's 20 to 17 in this final quarter. Again, reiterating, if you're just joining us, it's been Jada Reid, 23 points, 6 of 12 from 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Eleanor Bollins, 15 points for her, but for us, Sarah Carr's been the one that stood out, 8 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 9 rebounds to 3 blocks. It's just been a real presence when Bollins was not on the court, and she wasn't on the court for quite a while, so they're obviously just happy to sort of play those two similar minutes.
Looks like Latrobe have really established a two-headed monster with their backup big position with Carr and Bollins.
So it'll be Shillabia to inbound here. Yellow Nikes on. Almost a banana lolly colour. They get it in. So they've drawn something up here, Adelaide, but again, it just falls apart midway through the set. Now Leeson.
Don't think they drew that up to throw it to the other team.
Woosnam took a big bump. Now Shillabia gets the steal, gets the layup. Caitlin Shillabia has been pretty good for Adelaide Uni. Certainly been the one that's stood out. Has had plenty of shots, but has made quite a few of them as well. Just hasn't had a lot of support.
Exactly what I was going to say. I felt like she did really well of responding after that first quarter, but she just didn't really have much help, to be honest.
10 on the shot clock. He, with some great pressure from Woosnam. As you said a moment ago, Zach, they're really not giving in right until the very end, but Bollins found an open lane, overcooked a shot. Shot clock does go back to 14. We don't have to reset it. Now Gack got a big shove, gets to the rim, Polton rebound, and then she gets the foul call, 24.3.
Looks like this will be Latrobe's final shots of the game with these two free throws, as even if Adelaide go early, I believe they will dribble the clock out. See if they can close with 2 made free throws from Polton.
Yeah, she's been pretty impressive as well. Just the 7 points, but just does all the little things, the off-ball stuff that doesn't get noted. But that's why she's in this team again this year. She will make both from the line. As we said, there's a 0.3 differential between the shot and game clock. Adelaide are going to go and force up a shot. Otto inside, nice pocket pass, and not quite, and there's massive contact on Polton there, and there is going to be a foul called.
Don't believe it'll be free throws, however, as he's called an offensive foul. But never mind, he's called a loose ball foul, so it will be 2 shots.
So they do get a couple of extra shots, Polton.
We'll be able to get ourselves in double figures here with these free throws.
Practice on the last trip to the line, and she'll get another couple. That's a foul out for Chloe Gray in the end. 5 fouls for her. She has to sit for the remainder of the 15.1 seconds we got on the clock. Polton, as we said, bit of practice in the last trip to the line. This time off. Can still creep her way into double figures with a make here. Does just that, nothing but net. Adelaide again, you expect to just run up and force a shot here. Got a final possession for them. Shillabia ran a nice little 1-2, banks it in, not quite. Good crashing the glass, gets 2 offensive rebounds, gets another shot up, misses again. And Leeson pulls in the rebound, and Latrobe will pull in their second win of the year. A complete performance. They win by 17 points in the end, probably the right margin between the two sides. It was, as we said, a comprehensive victory, Zach.
Yeah, it was a great finish there from Latrobe. Look, they got that lead about halfway through that third quarter, started to establish it, and they just didn't relinquish it for the rest of the game. And Adelaide tried to make some runs, but overall Latrobe were the better team, and they deserved the win today. Yeah,
defensively Latrobe great, both in a man and in the zone, particularly in the zone. Mentioned it a few times. Adelaide just had no answers to try and break it down. So that's something that they'll be looking to get a little bit better at. 89-72, the final score here. Both the men's and the women's in Latrobe getting the W's this round in the UBL. They'll be back in a few weeks' time, as we said, round 5 action back here against VU. Both the men's and the women's have got a trip to Perth upcoming. My name's Harvey Constable. Zach Bazine has been alongside me. Geordie Mole was with us as well earlier. Well done for yourself today, Zach. Lovely performance and good all-round team performance, and the girls bringing it home for LTU as well. That's all we got time for here Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.